live, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Bravo, Joey motherfucker Diaz, and Brandon Schaub. And we're here.
You guys.
Love you guys too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Happy New Year.
Everybody who came to the show last night, thanks for coming out. Sorry we couldn't stick around. I've had a stomach bug since Thursday. I was severely worried that I was going to shit myself during the show. I was worried I was going to shit myself during the UFC. During the UFC, I didn't eat all day, and then right before it, I'm like, God damn it, I got to eat something. Yeah, my stomach's been fucked. My kids had some sort of a bug, some sort of a flu. The whole house had it. My wife had it. My daughters had it. And I didn't get it until I got to Vegas. And on Vegas, I worked out with Delagrate Thursday, and I was burping and farting. I was like, what is going on? And in the middle of the night, I woke up. I was like, oh, this ain't good. This is not good. And then the next day, I couldn't eat anything. Couldn't hold anything down. And right before the UFC, I said, oh, I got to eat something. So I had some quesadillas. I just took a chance. And I was like, I might very well have to sprint to the shitter. So I got through that. Yeah,
That was during the UFC.
Yeah, I was severely worried I was going to have to shit myself. But I pulled it out and then wrecked a bathroom afterwards.
Just
blah, blah. You know, that kind where you smell it coming out of your body and you're like, what in the fuck is in there? And then the same thing yesterday. I couldn't eat all day before the show. Couldn't eat a goddamn thing. And then right before we were in the dressing room, I go, I got to eat something. I'm tired. I feel kind of weak. So I had some cheese and some meat. So that's why I didn't stick around after the show, ladies and gentlemen. But if you came, we had a good goddamn time.
I figured you got sick because you made like a bear meat fucking omelet or some shit. Fed it to your family.
If I got sick from that, no, everybody got sick from school. Little kids, man, they just get sick. There's a bunch of them together, and they just somehow or another. You ever think about that? Like, who's the first person who got VD? There had to be one dirty motherfucker that was number. There has to be a patient zero.
Kid.
Yeah,
the snotty-nosed kid.
There's one person, like VD, right? Like, that had to come from an individual first, right? I mean, every cold has to come from somewhere. Apparently, a lot of the colds we get come from agriculture. That's why it's all like swine flu and shit like that.
I thought the white man brought it here to the Indians.
Well,
We're like, hey, how you doing?
Achoo!
And then they're just sick as fuck and die.
Dude, we went over that the other day in a podcast. 90% of all Native Americans were wiped out by diseases that they didn't have an immune system for when the Europeans came in the 1500s.
Fucking white
Didn't
people.
more of them
90%.
get like actually killed like in battles?
No, more of them died by disease, believe it or not. Fucking 90% of the population. It's really crazy.
Where'd you get that from? The library?
We're not doing that today, Eddie Bravo.
Ain't happening.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that today.
What figure?
Library.com, yo.
So UFC 207, that was one of the craziest events of all time. And watching that main event it was surreal. First of all, it was surreal because my body was all weirded out because I was a little out of it,
About to pass out.
but about to shit all over my chair. But it was just bizarre. Like, that was the least competitive, like, main event other than Aldo and McGregor. But that was one dynamic shot to the chin that knocked him out. Like, everything about that was off.
Can you think about another main event championship level where it was that kind of big of a discrepancy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even a fight. And,
No.
and I think leading up to it, there were some kind of red flags that you saw leading up to it. If you think back now that we
She
know
was
the
in great
outcome.
shape, though, everybody said, right?
Physically,
Physically, though. Physically.
she looked great. But, like, what kind of sparring was she doing? You know, one of the things I was thinking when she was hitting pads, she's standing there hitting pads with Edmund. I was like, they're standing right in front of each other. Like, she's not moving. Like, she's just hitting pads. Pop, 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 pop.
Pads
pop,
are
pop.
tough to tell, though, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're doing it for the camera. If the countdown crew's there,
Of
you don't want to
course.
show your new shit. But also,
Right.
what did people think was going to happen? Like, did you think this whole time when she's shooting these movies, doing stuff, Edmund and her come up with a plan for her to stick on the outside, jab and move? That's not in her DNA.
That's not even
her
good
personality.
enough anyway. She had to close the distance and clinch. You know,
That should have been the only plan.
The idea of standing with Amanda Nunes is just ridiculous. The difference in punching power is like literally double.
But we've
Amanda
seen her
punches
fight big
twice as
punchers
hard.
before.
Who?
Betch could hit pretty hard.
No.
I'm not saying similar,
think
but
so.
no, I'm saying what Betch did. She was a
Betch
beast.
has decent power, and she's very aggressive. She throws volume strikes, but she throws with her arms. She doesn't hit nearly as hard as Amanda.
And
Amanda torques her whole body into shit.
I agree, Joe.
I mean, it's
And Betch's arms are this long.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
And that's all
Amanda's got
fine and
some
dandy.
Goddamn telephone poles.
And that's all fine, but don't you think the game plan should have been get her to the ground, engaged, and she tried that a little bit.
she didn't shoot.
She was
though.
already lit up.
Yeah.
She wasn't
already
there though
lit up.
mentally. That's why I'm saying there's things leading up to it, and I think the biggest red flag for me, and you know Dana better than anyone. He's a promoter through and through. One of the, if not the best of all time. I can't think of another one. Don King, I guess, but still, for him to say, "Yeah, you can skip all the media shit and just focus on the fight," I was like, God, that just doesn't seem right.
You know why? She's managed by, or she's handled by William Morris in her Endeavor, WME.
Yes.
WME owns UFC now.
I'm aware of that.
I'm sure that's the only reason.
Dana said
why
it was
they were
his
on
decision.
It was his decision.
Yeah, he goes, I'm the one who we agreed to this.
Mm-hmm.
It was in her contract. It's a one-time thing. I'm never doing it again. I thought, God damn, that is
So
sketchy.
she must have put it in the contract. She must have said, "This is what I want to do. I don't want to talk to any media. I just want to go
Maybe
out
that's
and
not a
train."
red flag to you?
Not if Connor did it.
I mean, Connor doesn't have the choice. Connor can set
But
a
if
tweet
Connor
himself.
did it, if Connor said, "Fuck all this fucking media. I'm going to Dublin. I'm going to train."
He would never do that.
If he did, I'd have zero
Is that not a
problem
red
with it.
flag, though, to anyone involved at all?
No.
For Dana to say,
It-
all good,
So
don't
what
do
is he-
anything.
But here's the thing:
Look-
she goes out, grabs hold of Amanda Nunes, flips her on her head, semi-unconscious, catches her in an armbar. She's the new champ in 35 seconds. You're not saying this.
I disagree.
No, you wouldn't say there's a red flag if she went out and dominated and got an armbar in the first round. You would definitely not say that skipping the media is a red flag.
So then she
you're
would-
only saying it because this is like armchair quarterbacking.
It's not though, because I said it's a red flag before this. Because
okay.
so if she did interviews afterwards, let's say she went out there, dominated her in a minute, submit her, and then she did interviews afterwards. That's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just saying I'm not doing any media at all.
Even post, you're
Even
saying.
post.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't want to talk after that. I mean, why would you
But
want to
the
talk
other,
after
the other
that?
thing, and the whole sell on this was she's serious now. Oh my God, she's focused. No interview. She's serious now.
Well, the whole thing
to what
was
extent?
the whole thing was like this big, obvious marketing perspective, like a promotional Hollywood perspective. Like they had the movie, which is a really good, like got you pumped up. Like that whole thing about her coming back, and they lift up the garage door and you see her working out really hard. And what they did is they created a great hype piece. You know,
if you're in the Ronda Rousey business,
exactly.
Amanda Nunes going, what the?
Exactly.
Did you? The best was their picture promoting this UFC, and there's a picture of Ronda in her fight gear and a Ronda in her street clothes. Goes, she's back, 207. It's like, fuck, man. What about Amanda? When I
Yeah.
say in this crazy
I
world
saw
of
that
MMA,
picture. Who did that picture? That
UFC.
was that an official UFC
as
picture?
an official UFC kind of social media post.
Wow.
It's crazy, man.
Well-
Because now what do you do?
It's also crazy because it's crazy for a marketing perspective. I mean, a lot of people thought that Ronda was going to win. A lot of people. I was 100% who the fuck knows.
Me too.
That's exactly how I felt. When I was watching that fight play out, I was like, who the fuck knows?
No idea.
I mean, you could see, look, Ronda looked like she was in amazing shape. You think about the things that Ronda's been able to do in the past to like Sarah McMahon, and you would think, well, maybe she ties her up in a clinch, blasts her with a knee to the body, flips her on her back, and armbars her. Who the fuck knows? If she gets you on the ground, her armbar technique is outstanding. It's just some of the best, if not the best, I've ever seen inside
Probably
the
the
octagon.
best. Probably the best.
That could have happened, but it was so who the fuck knows. But the moment she got hit, she's not moving her head at all. She's standing straight up in the air, and then I see her legs get close together, and that's when you know someone's really hurt. When someone gets lit up and then they start moving, but their legs are too close together, it's just not working right. It's not like they kind of know what to do, but it's just not. Their balance isn't good. There's no head movement. She was probably hurt with like the second or third punch that Amanda hit her with. She was probably on Queer Street.
But
That's what woke her up. She didn't know where she was until she got hit, Joe. Look at that. When she got hit, when you go, ooh, she's hurt, she's hurt. Look at her face, her hands. You even said it yourself. She threw up a kick.
She threw some kicks to try to keep Amanda off. I think she didn't realize. I think when Amanda hits girls, they just go, holy shit.
Yep.
But what else would you expect in that? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't realize till you get hit, but you hear all the criticism now of Edmund, who's obviously a terrible coach. But take that out of it. If you bring a horse to water and they can't drink, there's nothing else you can do. So if mentally she doesn't want to be in there,
Do you think?
It
Wait, you
doesn't
think she
matter.
didn't want to be in there?
why
do you say that?
It didn't look like the same tenacity that we're used to seeing.
She looked super tenacious until she got cracked.
Joe was 44 seconds.
Yeah, but
Tenacious
you
when
don't
when
need
she
more
when she
than
ate that
that.
first jab.
She got hurt with a right hand, maybe 10, 15. We can watch the whole fight. Let's
Yeah,
watch the whole fight. It's 40 seconds. Go fight. You could.
It's on YouTube already.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, you don't think
I'm sure
she's
the UFC
faced
probably
tough
pulled it
fighters
down.
before? Like, what do you think it is?
I don't understand why
Amanda
you're even saying this. You see that she got hit, and you see she got hurt, and you've been hit and hurt before.
Correct.
You know what happens. You just don't know what the fuck's going on.
Correct.
I think Amanda
However,
hits.
I don't think that jab put her lights out.
Well, it wasn't just a jab, dude. She hit her with
It
a
was
right
the first
hand.
jab that landed.
The first jab?
When she went into
okay,
close
but
distance.
The first jab landed, but then she got hit with many punches. I don't understand why you're confused as to the result. I mean, she got hit by the biggest power puncher in the 135-pound division by far. There's not a single girl in that division that punches like Amanda does.
I agree with that, but it wasn't a right hand right away.
Yes, it was. It was
No,
a
it wasn't.
jab right away.
It was a
and then
jab right
but
away.
a right hand right after that.
Once Ronda tried to close distance.
It was 40 seconds of Amanda punching Ronda in the face until Ronda went out. Like the idea that something's confusing, that she didn't look like she wanted to be there. She was hurt multiple times in those exchanges. I think that we're doing a lot of armchair quarterbacking, right? Who the fuck knows what was going on in her
What are we
head?
supposed
to do?
Well,
was the
you're
most important
speculating
thing.
whether or not she wanted to be there after she got hit. The problem is she might have been just rocked. And there's also the reality that she was knocked out fucking cold a year ago. And it was a bad beating and then a vicious head kick. And there is something about those goddamn neck kicks, man. There's something about when someone shins you in the neck, like she got shinned, and your whole body just goes limp, you're doing so much damage in there.
But she had 411 days off.
That's nice.
I think it was just bad strategy. Just really simple. It was just the strategy was not good.
That's
What happens if
possible,
Amanda's
too.
just better?
That's possible too. All those things. Look, I was the one who said, like, way early on, I think Amanda's her most dangerous challenge because Amanda hits so fucking hard. After she starched Sarah McMahon, and when she was beating up Misha, I was like, Jesus Christ, she punches harder than anybody in that division. She's got like dangerous weapons with her hands. But I really think there's a lot of people that get KO'd like that, and they are never the same again.
I agree.
They can't absorb a shot anymore. And then also in your brain, according to Chuck Liddell, he was telling me about it, like, because Chuck was so tough that he would like just fucking use his chin, sort of like Lineker does. Like it's part of his defense, like knowing that he can absorb shots. And after a while, his brain was like, hey man, fuck you. Like his brain was just like, we're not going to do this.
And shuts
just 'cause
off.
Just shuts off early.
I also
to
think
protect you.
There's a certain level where they're that great, and you look at like a Tiger Woods or Mike Tyson. When that foundation gets a little shaky, they're just never the same.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
too.
just never. They're like, I'm
Right.
not God's gift to the UFC.
Exactly.
No, the MMA gods don't give a shit.
Exactly. And then, like we said, even if she was undefeated and she fought Nunes is going to give her problems. Because if you watch like the Misha Tate fight, Misha Tate, like even though she beat Misha Tate twice, Misha Tate gave her a hard time. There's some good scrambles. Misha Tate hit her with some punches. If Amanda hits you with punches like that, you're fucked. You can't make mistakes.
You're in trouble.
Yeah,
But-
she's
but-
like in a lot of ways, she's like a female Rumble in that she might not be able to close a show with one shot like Rumble can, but if you make mistakes, you get stung so bad, and you see it with the
You're
Sarah
paying
McMahon
for
fight's a
it,
perfect
yeah.
example. She cracks Sarah with a right hand. You see her whole face is like, what the like? Nobody hits them like that. Nobody. And she's long. Amanda catches you on the end of those punches too.
She's great at distance. I also think that the game's evolving so fast.
Yep.
Where Amanda, all she cares about is being champ. All she does is train. That's the only thing she gives a fuck about. I think we saw the same thing in the Dominic Cruz Cody Garbrandt fight. All Cody wants to do is be champ. Dominic's doing analyst work. He is so I think there's this kind of change of hands right now where you're seeing these guys they're all in, and that's what you have to do to be in this game, this day and age. Guys are too good. They're too good now.
I think you're dead right. I think you're dead right about that. Here we go. We'll watch the whole thing live now. Give us some volume, young Jamie. So here it is.
So that jab landed with 5 seconds.
Look at this. Jab right there. Watch this. She stung her right there.
One,
see?
two, two
1,
there.
2, 2.
Yes.
Yeah, see, so she's stung 10 seconds in. We're at 4:43. We're 15 seconds in, and she's already
She's
right there.
stung,
She's
yeah.
fucked. Right there, she's fucked. That was a super hard right
Super
hand.
fucked.
And this is bad. This
Hard-
is
hard
real
to
bad.
watch.
It's real hard to watch.
Hard to watch.
Boom to the body, too. She ripped that shot to the body. So, like, the idea that she didn't want to be there, 10 seconds into the fight, she didn't know what the fuck was going on. Oh, that left hook with the
God,
right hand, and then that right hand behind it. This is horrific, man.
It's tough to
Boom,
watch.
boom, boom.
God damn. Good stoppage by Herb.
Great stoppage, but goddamn, Amanda Nunes is good. She put a finger up to her mouth, walked right up to Edmund, looked at him, and went, shh.
So gangster.
Look, Ronda's still standing.
Well,
she got heart.
She's in another dimension.
Got
there's
heart.
no doubt about she's got heart.
Look
There's
at
no
that.
about she's tough, and also she's got that thick old neck that helps.
Look how long Amanda's arms are.
She's great at keeping distance and not crowding herself.
Well, Amanda has wide shoulders, and that helps too, and then long arms as well. And she's got awesome distance, man. Her ability to catch you at the very end of the punches, where all the power is. Because if you're punching someone and you want to hit them here, but they just move forward a foot, you lose like 90% of your power.
Different game.
Do you think Amanda can fight guys at 135?
Well, bad guys.
Not good guys?
No, not
She
like
trains
the
with guys.
super high-level guys. Like, she's not going to beat T.J. Dillashaw.
What about top 10?
No, it's changed
sir.
now, man. People, I think if you asked me that same question 3 or 4 years ago, I'd have a different answer. But like that division is so stacked now. It's like when 135 first opened up, it was in the UFC. There wasn't as many guys that were that elite. Mm-hmm. There's like even to watch the guys who were really good improve. Like you saw the Cody fight where he was fucking fantastic against Dominic.
Jesus
but
Christ.
How goddamn good did TJ look against Lineker? Completely nullified Lineker. Nullified him. Mm-hmm. Lineker, he's like one of the best examples of a guy with absolutely freakish physical attributes. A fucking iron jaw. Iron jaw. I've never even seen the guy get hurt. He gets hit by everybody. He gets head kicked. He gets punched. Rob Font said he hit him with the hardest punch he ever hit anybody with in his life. And he goes, he didn't even acknowledge that he hit him. He just walked right forward. He said he hit him with a body shot. Felt like he got hit by a car.
He didn't look like that Lineker. I don't think that same Lineker showed up on Saturday or Friday night.
TJ nullified him. He didn't have a chance.
He did, but Lineker was very hesitant. And I think it was because of TJ's, the way he was fighting him with the feints, the takedowns, the kicks. And throwing that head kick to the body kick, but he was very tentative, super tentative.
He got outbeat.
He threw him in the truck, almost had him in a calf slicer.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go for the twister.
Damn.
I was like, oh my god, if he goes for the twister, but went for the calf slicer. But I'm like, I looked at it, I'm like, he's not going to tap to that. It's just pain.
He needed to stomp down.
Yeah.
He didn't stomp.
TJ looked amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, and the timing in those takedowns, like lightning bolts. Like it looks like he's throwing a punch and he's underneath you. Just
it was so nasty.
He's so fast, man. But god damn, Cody Garbrandt.
What the fuck?
God damn.
And I'll admit, I said I think Cody's gonna be champ, just not yet. He's gonna be your champ, but he's not ready for Dom yet. Then that opening round, I was like, what the fuck?
He's so good.
He's mimicking him. He's doing breakdancing. He's doing push-ups and shit.
Well, he fucked with Dominic's head, and that was one of the things that I was thinking of. Like, this kid's been in a lot of street fights. Like, I don't know if this trash talk is going to work on him the way it works on other guys. Like, he said he was fine in there. Like, I asked him about it. He's like, I like that. He goes, I feel calm. He goes, I know I can stay calm when that's going on.
And I think he's just like this young, hungry dude who. Yeah. He took it personal, and a lot of guys get real emotional, and I was worried that Cody'd come out super emotional and just get murked, like taken down, just, the real emotional, like Aldo did against McGregor, who just forgets about his technique and rushes and gets murked. But, dude, he just took all that, and the best performance. I mean, can you name another performance like that where a guy, he wasn't even number one contender. He's 5 or 6 in the world.
I think it was 8.
Was he 8? I thought he moved to 6.
Maybe.
But
that
still,
might have been some shenanigans.
Yeah, right. So who knows the Cheeto finger rankings?
Yeah.
But still, motherfucker went from 5, 6 rank number 1.
Number
and you're like,
1.
God, that's a big stretch.
And beat him handily. It wasn't a
Dom
close
won
decision.
1 round.
Yeah.
And I love Dom. He won 1 round.
And Cody dropped him, hurt him. We still don't exactly know where the cut came from. Some people are saying it came from a punch. I heard people online say it came from a kick. The guys
Definitely
in the
not
truck,
a headbutt.
The guys in the truck said it was a headbutt.
Your truck boys were off. Because I heard when they said that, I'm like, what the fuck are they watching?
Yeah, they pulled it up for me. But it's hard. See, while the fight's going on, they'll do that, and they'll tell me it's a headbutt. And see, I have 2 monitors in front of me. I have one right here, and then I have one over the side. And they'll say, like, look on monitor B, and then they'll show it to me. But I can't really. It's hard for me to do that while I'm watching the actual fight. So they'll show it to me, and I just take their word for it. But occasionally
that's fair. But I think in the replay that they showed, maybe they saw it different and didn't show the correct one. The replay that they showed, it definitely wasn't a headbutt.
Well, they definitely did collide heads.
For sure.
For sure. And so who knows? It was hard to tell. But who gives a fuck?
Either
It was
way.
a big-ass cut on Dom's eyebrow, and he got How good is Dominic Cruz took a punch too, by the way.
His chin?
He gets cracked, his legs go stiff, he goes down, and a couple of times Cody like acted almost like he wasn't going to follow him to the ground and beat on him on the ground, and almost acted like he was done.
Yeah, he's like calling him up, or like a Mark Hunt kind of walk-off KO. I'm like, you better get on him,
yeah,
son.
He
What are you doing?
didn't even make an attempt to
That's
get on him.
weird, right?
Well, maybe he doesn't want to have anything to do with the ground. Maybe he feels like that's where Dominic might have a chance.
Goddamn, it's not Buchecha down there.
I
Relax,
know, right?
son.
I don't know what Dominic Cruz.
I thought he just wanted to
like.
punish him too, maybe.
Does Dominic Cruz have any submissions?
Oh no,
Yeah.
Dominic Cruz is really good on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
But
He's
sure.
really
I mean,
good.
on his record, does he have any submissions?
Yeah, he has submissions from usually from guillotines though. Back in the day, WC.
his jiu-jitsu's really good. Trust me.
No,
You trained with him?
He's a
You trained
black
with
belt
him?
for
No,
sure.
I've seen him compete in
jiu-jitsu tournaments?
Yeah, and he wrestled as well. He's a
Yeah.
wrestler.
But for a guy not to go down in his guard, that's some shit. That's
Yeah.
like some
Well,
Conor McGregor Diaz shit where you're like, I just don't want, I can lose too easily down there.
Well, I mean, it might not have been that at all. It might have been even more simple. That's a lost, Jamie.
Rear naked.
Yeah, so he's got a rear naked there. He's got he lost to he's got one rear naked.
He's not
and
known for
lost-
his guard though,
No.
Joe. You're right.
Well, who knows? I mean, you don't know what he can do. But the bottom line was Cody wanted to keep the fight standing.
I think he just wanted to punish him.
Yeah, and
he's
he
like
might have
this
thought it was
evil
over.
dude.
Well,
He's like,
did
get
He
up.
hit him so hard,
Get
he
up.
might have thought the fight was over.
he seemed to the answer for Dominic. I mean, at least it worked for Cody. Was it or was it not? I'm no striker. That he made Dominic come to him, and it's different when.
Correct.
'cause- is that what it was?
Well,
Yes.
sort of,
Okay.
but it's also you got to give credit to his team. See, Justin Buchholz and those guys have been imitating. They've fought Dom so many times.
6
They
times?
can imitate his movements, so they can mimic his shit. So when they're sparring, they do that fake that like false start. You know, because Dom does this thing where he false starts and then he starts, and you never know which one's going to be a kick, which one. Like it's a lot of like patterns that Dom throws up.
Feints,
So
yeah,
they figured
nonstop.
out how to do that, and they mimicked it. And they watch him so many times that they can get it down to a T.
And Cody didn't buy into the feints. He was just like, come on, if you're going to come in within this range. And he kept baiting him and they'd make it count.
Yeah, the bottom line is if his brain's not confused and he just knows that in these exchanges, Dom's going to be there and he's going to do some, he's got some really unpredictable movement, Dom does, but he does like a bunch of things a lot.
And he commits.
Yeah, and so he timed those things and caught him with some fucking vicious punches, man.
Yeah, and he wasn't like Dom fights a lot of times. Fuck, it's
Yeah.
like that Chris Tucker movie. Look at his face, like, all right, which one of y'all kicked me? And you don't know where it's coming from, but he just Garbrandt just never bought it.
You know
It was
what
like,
other
I'm just
thing it
gonna
is?
wait for you to commit. You can do all that jazz, and I'm just gonna wait right here.
It's also a guy's been boxing when he was real young.
That's what we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
He's 32-2 amateur record. You look at that, you're like, but in the UFC, compared to other fighters, that boxing comes in handy.
Huge.
He was
It's huge.
catching. Cody was catching Dominic Cruz on the way out. Which that's a lot of people don't catch him on the way out.
Never see it.
No,
Yeah.
he was catching him on the way out. Pop.
And the
pop,
speed and
pop,
precision of those
pop.
punches
And the power.
glorious.
For 5
Yeah.
rounds. And then when people forget Cody in high school, I think he was first team All-State out of Ohio, which is a big deal out there. He had scholarships, played compete in Division I wrestling. It was like, nah, I'm just going to fight professionally full time. That's what kind of stud you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And his uncle was an alternate for the Olympic boxing team. So, I mean, he comes from a long line of just savages, too.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, his countdown piece was pretty amazing.
I didn't see it.
I wish that fighters appreciate the science of boxing more. When GSP, one of those fights he trained with Freddie Roach, and he came back with that fucking jab, it made waves, but a lot of people didn't copy that.
Well, Arlovsky did first and was like, no, let's just go boosh. He's like, holy shit.
Amanda Nunes.
Remember?
Amanda Nunes' boxing trainer is Howard Davis' son.
Okay.
In American Top Team, so she's.
I don't know why people don't incorporate that much
I think-
more.
I
Like
think
that's
they do.
There's so
science.
much to learn.
You said
Yeah.
there's 3 levels of striking, pretty much. In the UFC, we had a discussion last night when the jiu-jitsu guy, 170, came in. He came in. He was a great jiu-jitsu guy. He won a what's his name? The guy that triangled Chael from the top.
Damian Maya.
Damon Maya. That guy came in. He won the first couple matches jiu-jitsu. Then somebody told him he was a boxer.
Yes.
And he started getting lit up. And
It
now
happens.
he's fucking back to just
Yeah.
hit
That
me
could be,
once,
and you know what?
I'm going to grab your leg,
that could
and
be
it's over.
Ronda. That
There
could
you
be
go.
Ronda,
That
too.
was
There you
what he
go,
said
Eddie.
last
That
time
could be
on the phone.
Ronda.
100%.
If Ronda just said, okay, I'm going to take a year off. I'm going to go to the Olympic wrestling facility, wherever. Just focus on wrestling. Still work on your striking. Go with Dwayne Ludwig. That would be awesome. Or Rafael Cordero. Mix it up. You know what I mean? You got to change shit up now, obviously. But wrestling should be the focus. When you see a Ronda Rousey promo, you shouldn't see her hitting mitts. You should see her shooting,
Armbar.
getting the clinch, double leg takedown, singles. It should be wrestling every day, twice a day.
But think about her camp. Her whole camp, it's just a boxing gym. Her head coach is a boxing coach, so they want her to be this boxer. People sold her as the next Mike Tyson. So you have all that coming. And she was murking girls, remember? I was on board, too. I'm like, damn, her striking. She's knocking bitches out. Then you
It's
saw...
the level. It's like what's the
Correct.
level she's knocking them out at? You know?
Yeah, but I think the media and a lot of people are like, dang, she's a knockout artist. So you hear those. And her camp's going, you're a knockout artist. You can strike with anyone.
Right, and her coach, like, look, that was always the case. You remember when Gerald fought in the UFC? It was always the case when Gerald was was he a black belt back then or a brown belt?
No, he was a brown belt.
Really good jiu-jitsu guy, though. But his fucking striking coach had him convinced
Muay Thai.
that he was
Muay
a Thai
Thai guy.
boxer.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to go out there and you're going to kick. And I remember Eddie and I would train, watch him hit the bag and hit the mitts and stuff. And I was like, man, there are some scary guys in the UFC. And he got a real scary one in Josh Thompson.
Yeah.
And Josh Thompson was like, yep, none of that. Crack.
No, it wasn't. It didn't go down like that. It didn't
punk?
go. No,
Josh the
What
Punk
ended up
Thompson?
happening? No, what ended up happening is Gerald's jiu-jitsu. Gerald Streetman, as we're talking about. He was my first student. Before 10th Planet. I was teaching jiu-jitsu to a guy named Gerald Streetman. He was a blue belt at the time. And I brought him up, showed him. He got really good at the twister, really good at rubber guard. He first meat hook rubber guard triangle in MMA history in a Gladiator Challenge show. He was kicking ass, and then he fought Jean Silva in England, in London, and it was a spectacular match. Joe showed that fight to Dana White. Dana White gave him a shot, gave Josh Thompson. Boom, right off the bat. He started working Muay Thai with this Muay Thai coach, and it was 6 months. He was training 6 months with them, right? And he wrestled in high school as well, so he'd been grappling total at that point.
Is that
maybe
Joey? What
8
are you
years.
breathing into the mic?
No.
I'm hearing some.
For sure, Joe.
Must
You
have
kidding
been.
me?
I was confusing my
It
headset. I
sounded
was
like
what's going
I
on?
hear it too.
submarine. You know that?
I hear it too.
You know,
It's like a submarine, right?
But anyways, so he
Darth
was,
Vader shit.
and it's an interesting point. I was just thinking about this. It's the exact same thing. It's when a striking, like let's say I got a striker, Muay Thai came in. He'd been doing Muay Thai for 10 years, and he wanted to learn the ground. And he was doing MMA. He's already fighting MMA. It comes up a lot. I'm going to show him jiu-jitsu. I'm going to be in his corner. I'm not going to be telling him to take his ass down and work your fucking jiu-jitsu. Pull guard. I'm like, it's been 6 months. Let's relax. But
Egos get involved.
what I want to
Egos
see,
get involved.
What I want to see
Yeah.
is that dude win with his Muay Thai, and it gives me another fight to get his jiu-jitsu together. The longer we avoid the jiu-jitsu, in my eyes, the better. We got away with another one. Now we have another 4 or 5 months to work on the jiu-jitsu.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it.
But there's a
Most
lot of
guys
strikers
don't.
out there. There's a lot of striking coaches out there that'll take some grappler in, teach him striking for 6 months, and then corner him in an MMA fight and like instruct him to stand with this motherfucker.
Do you remember what
and
he
I gotta
said?
pull the guy to the side and say, dude, don't listen to this guy. You're not standing with this
Do you remember
motherfucker.
what he said?
You know how many times I had to say that to like my guys? I go, don't listen to this motherfucker.
Always.
You're taking this motherfucker
Even
to the
Hodger
ground.
Gracie came out
Eddie,
throwing
do you
jabs.
remember what he
Run-
said? Do you remember what he said to him?
He's
In the corner?
Bangkok ready.
Yes.
In 6 months,
Yes.
he said it was Bangkok ready. He's going to go out there. So this is what ends up happening. Luckily, hey, but you know what? It was a good thing. It's a good thing because this is what happened. Is he had him so believing that he was Bangkok ready after 6 months of Muay Thai that when he did the walkout in the UFC, he came out with
the Muay Thai
full
thing?
Muay Thai
Yes.
shit. Dude, with the Muay Thai headband,
I
the
love
Muay
it.
Thai, a bicep bracelets or whatever the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
they are. Dude,
Traditional
full Muay
shit.
Thai garb, dancing and doing the Muay Thai thing. He was in the octagon and did, he went around the octagon and blessed
Doing
like
this?
Yes, doing that.
Doing this?
And Josh Thompson's sitting there, and I talked to Josh Thompson since then.
He's
You
a
know, and,
killer.
Josh Thompson wrestled in high school, and he's a really good striker. He was fucking up people off his back. He was triangling people. We knew all about Josh Thompson. Gerald was not, he was not in the best frame of mind for that fight. You know what I mean? Because Josh Thompson was a fucking killer back then. He was a killer.
Well, he was in his prime back then. That
Yeah.
was Josh when he was one of the top like 5 or 6
Fuck
guys
yeah.
in the division before the UFC.
Monster, man.
Yeah,
Before
so
the
Davis-
UFC got rid of the 155-pound division, it was him and Eve Edwards.
Yeah.
And Eve Edwards knocked him out. That was like Eve Edwards became the uncrowned king.
So this is what happened. So luckily, and this is according to Josh Thompson. Told me, Josh goes, dude, I was so worried about his stand-up based on all that Muay Thai ritual stuff that when we saw the fight, my whole thing was how
Get
are
his
we
ass
possibly
down.
no. The whole thing was for sure Josh Thompson's not going to want to go to the ground with Gerald. That's where all his good shit is. He's fucking people up in MMA. All his fights up until the UFC he was fucking people up with his jiu-jitsu. So how are we going to get the fight to the ground? We were thinking about pulling an elaborate, unorthodox guard pull. How are we going to do it? That's what I was thinking. I go, because 6 months, I go, I know he thinks he's Bangkok ready. That's 6 months, man.
Bangkok
You know what I mean?
ready.
So
It's a great T-shirt.
So
Bangkok ready.
Josh takes him down. And I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck? Thank you. He takes Gerald down because he's so worried about his Muay Thai. And Gerald, dude, right away throws up a hellfire with his guard. He threw a lot of heat. It was pretty badass to see. But at the end of the day, first, he almost had him in an armbar. Josh pulls out. And then there's like a scramble on the ground. Gerald goes for a leg lock because he finally pulls out of his guard. And then Gerald was really good at leg locks. And he went for a leg lock. And then Josh Thompson hit him like in the back of the head and knocked
Josh
him
is a
out.
killer.
He
And
hit
that
him a
was one of
couple
those.
times,
Yeah, that was one of those going
what started
for
this
leg
off?
locks is risky.
What
Bangkok
started
ready.
this? No, what started this all off?
we're-
People those coaches
Coaches.
that get these fucking people convinced
That
that
they're
they're a
strikers.
killer in one particular
You see
area
it in
where they're
every
not.
camp, though, because in every camp,
it
especially
happens.
if you have like a superstar camp, and this is coming from my own personal experience, you have a superstar wrestling coach, boxing coach, jiu-jitsu coach, you're spending your time with them. They want to see you win
With their shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
With their shit.
yes.
Even
And it's nice,
even
it's
strength and
nice,
conditioning
but
coaches
the
go, you see the
W-
way he tossed them off?
The W should be number fucking one. It's nice when they win with some shit, of course. You're like, fuck that. You're like, you showed me that shit. That's always good, but it's all about the goddamn W. That's number
That's why
fucking
you
one.
gotta have like a head coach. You got to have a head coach that's not a striking coach, not a jiu-jitsu, like a head coach, like a Matt Hume. That's a
Yes.
head coach. Like when he works with DJ, they do everything.
Yeah.
They work on submissions together, spar together. They work on all these different techniques, and it's total technique and tactics oriented conversations and
How many
training
Matt Humes
sessions.
are there, though, in the world?
There's like 5,
If
but
that?
only one
If
that's him.
that?
Honestly, this like in my mind, it's like if he's not number one, it's him and Faraz Zahabi.
I count 2 that can do it all.
Yeah.
That really know
Yeah.
the game in and out, can do a game
Yeah.
plan from standing to wrestling to grappling.
Yeah, I think those one guy might be better for you, one guy might be better for the other, but those are the top dogs.
There's 2.
because they're such wizards on the ground. They're wizards, and they can physically do it too. That's
Yes.
like a big part of it.
And plus, they know the transition. Like
Yeah.
sometimes if you go to a pure jiu-jitsu guy, you're like, dude, this isn't going to work. If I commit both hands this, I'm going to get blasted in the face.
Do you remember when George Gurgel, he was a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu back when there was very few black belts, but then he wanted to stand and bang with everybody.
And that was his thing.
Yeah, became his thing, standing and banging, and that happens so often. It's so crazy, and it's so rare that a guy comes back and figures it out like Damian Maya has. Damian Maya tried it that way for a while.
Yep.
He got sucked
Yep.
into it, and then
Yep.
he figured
And
it
that's
out.
exactly-
Beat up
that's
a few
exactly what
times.
Ronda should do.
He took it to the, what's that expression? You go to the dance, what took you to there? What's
Yeah.
that expression? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know.
I know what you're trying to
And
say.
what
I
happens
always
is,
Yeah.
a lot of I saw a lot of high-level jiu-jitsu guys come into the UFC that their hands are men's.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like a 3 striking,
Mm-hmm.
and they never evolved to that. Now the fucking striking is evolving quick.
We get Jacare.
Quick, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quick,
Yeah.
you know.
It used to be that the only the only black belts that got to the UFC were like the guys that were only dedicated their lives to jiu-jitsu. They just started learning striking. You could
Like
tell.
Pano.
You could tell, like, holy shit, they're just trying to fucking get some kind of clinch. It's obvious. But now there's so many goddamn black belts in Brazil now that it's not about. It's all about. Here's 100 black belts in the camp. We're only going to take the best strikers, like the fierce ones. The days of pure jiu-jitsu guys coming out and looking like this, they're long gone now. You can't get through the minor leagues with
in a
striking
way,
like that.
Your attitude is like, I got this. Right? Like, my first 3 years in comedy, I didn't write shit. I would just go up on stage and do that New York shit. What do you do for a living? Yeah, it was 50-50. What do you do for a living? You do this. I got really good at it, but I couldn't make a living doing that. If I'm bombing, I could fall back to that shit and rock the house. I don't work that muscle anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I first started comedy, I had to go on stage every Tuesday in front of the same fucking people. So you had to write a new 5 minutes. For 2 years, I did that. There was some weeks I couldn't do it. So I just decided just to improvise. I got so good at improvising. By the time I got to Seattle and started featuring, I was a really good improviser.
So what are you saying about how does this equate to fighting?
I don't improvise no more because I got it. When you first met me at the store 15 years ago, I would go on stage and do 7 minutes of material, and the rest was improvising. I thought it was cool.
Right.
It was chic, and when it works, it works.
But when it doesn't work, you got to have material. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good at it. I could really improvise pretty good. Do I still do it today? No. Because you have to evolve. I could fall back on it, dog. I could fall back on my wrestling. That's my wrestling. That's my pedigree. When me and you, when I call you and I make you laugh on the phone, it's like that. I didn't call you with a script. When I call you, me and you are talking about something.
Right.
That's not a script. That's me and you driving, getting excited.
Right.
I got that pedigree. I could rock that pedigree, but that pedigree isn't going to take me to the next level. You have to sit, and you have to write, and you have to evolve different things.
Yeah.
So I think that when I'm a wrestler, okay, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I've been doing this since I was 18. I'm fucking 31 now. I've won Abu Dhabi, Dubu Dhabi, Nogi, Pan Americans. I got this. I got this, Joe.
Yeah, I think there's
This
two different styles of winners. There's the all-around guy like DJ, and then there's a guy like Anderson Silva that really, I mean, he might submit people, but it's so rare. And when he submitted Chael Sonnen, it's almost like Chael Sonnen gave it to him. I mean, that fucking armball triangle combination wasn't even locked in. It wasn't even locked in. I mean, it was kind of over the calf a little. It wasn't clamped down. I mean, maybe Chael was so exhausted that he had a tap, but honestly, I mean, if you ask him, he was pretty honest about having like mental breakdowns in fights. He did it with Paulo Filho. Remember, same thing.
Chael said in the Anderson Silva fight, though, he said going in, he goes, I know I'm gonna get submitted. I'm gonna get submitted. So when he was taken down, he's in his guard for like 3 minutes. He's going, it's just a matter of time. He's gonna catch me. He's gonna catch me.
Against who? Against who?
Against Anderson.
Anderson Silva.
Well, he had been submitted a few times in fights that he was winning. You know, it's just the whole thing is. It's weird, but my point is Anderson's never been like a great jiu-jitsu guy. He's a good black belt.
He tapped out Dan Henderson. Remember that?
He beat the fuck out of him before he tapped him.
Yeah, he ran naked choke.
Yeah,
I mean, he rocked him.
It was a beautiful technique.
It was. That is true. He did get his back and
you know
choke
what?
him out.
I disagree with you on that triangle. That triangle was legit as hell.
Let's look at it.
Put that triangle
Chael
up.
Sonnen versus Anderson Silva triangle. If I remember it correctly, it wasn't fully locked in. There was a little bit of space.
It doesn't have to be fully locked in.
I felt like Chael tapped
It all
pretty
depends
quick.
on how much you're squeezing and leg curling.
It's true.
And he has long legs, so dudes with
That's
long
true
legs
too.
leave
It's a good
openings.
point.
To Joe's
But
point,
my
though, he was
is,
exhausted.
He's a goddamn. But my point is, Anderson Silva's a goddamn specialist. His specialty is Muay Thai. His specialty is striking. When you look at Anderson Silva's highlight reels, it's that front kick to the face on Vitor. It's that fucking knee to the body on Stephan Bonner.
That's his gift.
Like here it is. He's
Chael's beating
on
the
top
brakes
of
off him at this point.
Yeah, this is Chael had a beautiful double, didn't he?
Yeah,
Jesus
he really
Christ.
did.
He
really-
drove in so hard on that double. He takes him down.
Shit, he fights in a couple
This
weeks.
is the fourth round. Let's go to the end of the fight. Okay, let's see this.
This is where Chael stands up and sits back.
That's tight as fuck, dude.
Let me see.
That's tight as fuck. Oh, that's tight as fuck.
That's a lot tighter than I thought.
Well, when he finally got the arm bar, he opened up the leg because he
that's what it
looked
is.
like he was about to swing the leg
Then you
over
got
the head.
arm.
I haven't seen that in a while. Go back
But
to that
right
again.
there, it's
yeah,
tight
it's
as
pretty
fuck.
goddamn tight.
Look, right there,
That's
it's
tight. I take it back, Chael.
When right when he gets the arm, that's when he opens up. Now it's a different thing. Now it's an arm bar.
Yep.
So he does
yeah,
like
there
that.
he
See
opens
that?
it up. Yep, that's right. So my point being, like, the best guys at one particular thing are pretty rare. Like the guys like an Anderson that is just so elite at striking that nobody wants to strike with him, or a guy like Damian Maia, so elite at jiu-jitsu that he makes guys like Carlos Condit look like they have no idea what they're doing. He gets you on the ground and he makes you look like a white belt. But so there's that kind of guy that can do that. Or there's a guy like Mighty Mouse although he's got really good submissions, you're not going to see that style at it. He's not going to be able to submit the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world at 125 pounds, most likely, in a jiu-jitsu match. Damian Maia probably could. You know, Damian Maia has the potential to beat pretty much anybody he rolls with on the mat in an actual straight-up jiu-jitsu match. So you have two different styles. You have, like, that style of winner, which he's never won the title, and there's only a few guys like Anderson that have. You know, and Anderson, in all due fairness, he won it, like, what, in 2005? Was that when Anderson became the champ? Title? Somewhere around there in the UFC? That's a lot. That might as well be 30 years ago. It's a totally different class of fighter. The
evolution of the game is so fast.
So fast.
Like
So
4 years
fast.
ago, we were in leather helmets.
Like, I would love to watch Tyron Woodley versus Damian Maia. I'd love it.
Fuck
I would
yeah.
love to watch it.
That would be incredible.
That to me is maybe one of the most interesting fights in the horizon for me.
Because so far, Damian Maia has been able to take down wrestlers at 170. He's been able to take them all down.
Yeah.
Like easy and just with beautiful technique. And but could he do that to Woodley?
And
Shit.
you gotta go.
I don't know.
You gotta go through the storm.
Yeah.
The storm of fucking meteors coming your way that Woodley drops on you.
Yeah.
Because he's the most dangerous in that first round. When you're trying to take him down, you're closing the distance on him, and you haven't like figured out how fast he is yet. He's not. He doesn't just hit hard. He's fucking fast.
I saw some just rumor, I'm sure, but Bisping was talking about it. Him and Woodley agreeing to a super fight at 180.
Really?
Bisping and Woodley.
Really? When did they agree to this?
I was talking to my brother this morning. He's like, you see Woodley and Bisping want to do that catch weight at 180? I'm like, what?
That's an interesting fight. First of all, can Bisping make that healthy?
That's what I was thinking, because I
He's a
feel
big
like
boy.
85 is a tough cut for him.
Remember when he used to fight 205?
Oh, yeah.
Won the Ultimate Fighter at 205.
Yep.
Wow, that's an interesting fight. Well, I think what Woodley wants is that big payday. He's like,
How could
look,
you not?
Yeah, I mean, he's campaigning for it. Look at this. Mike Bisping and Tyron Woodley agree to catch weight bout. This is as legit? So it's just happened today?
That's,
They
on,
just
that's on
agreed?
the internet.
What is the
Yeah,
name
where'd
of
you get
the
your news? The internet?
lowkickmma.com? Interesting.
That's Bisping's Instagram.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So,
Gangster weight, as Chael Sonnen calls it.
yeah, I like it. I like it.
But like to your point, Woodley just wants a big fight for a lucrative payday. That's
Yeah.
all. He wants the biggest name possible to get paid.
Yeah, smart.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, and you know, and Anderson back and that has still been calling for a rematch with Bisping too, because his fight with Bisping was so fucking close in England. He feels like he beat him. That was one of the craziest situations
That was so
ever.
weird.
He hits him with that flying knee, KOs him. I mean, Bisping was out. He went out. He dropped. And Anderson does a walk-off KO, and they go, not so quick.
It was so weird. It was so weird. No,
Watch that. Get a video of that.
Because remember, Bisping takes a break because his mouthpiece falls out, and he's like talking to the ref, and
Yeah.
Anderson goes, "Yeah!"
Oh, that's right. That's
Remember?
right. He was trying to get the referee's attention, and Anderson flying kneed him in
And
the
wasn't
face.
the ref like coming in to stop it? Then Anderson did that flying knee. That's why the ref was like, "Hold up, no, that doesn't
Yeah,
count."
let's look at that. I'm
It was a
trying to
weird
remember.
scenario.
It was a very weird scenario.
Bisping boxed his fucking face off.
Yeah,
though.
like he's saying something. It's Herb Dean.
Look, he's
and
like,
he's like,
right there,
look.
right there. Boom!
Oh,
Ow.
Jesus.
That was also the end of the round too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Jesus. Look at this again.
He's like, "Hey, let me get my mouthpiece." Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
boy.
Shit.
Oh, boy. So,
Damn.
look at this.
Boom!
That is such a crazy drop, too, the way you get hit.
You know what? I think he
Oh.
would have thrown the knee regardless, whether he looked to the side or not. I think he would have thrown it regardless. And it wasn't like Bisping put his hands down. He looked over, but he was still covered up.
Here's the
Ooh,
crazy
I don't know
thing.
about that. I think he was a little distracted there
Yes.
for sure.
Here's the crazy thing. Bisping comes back and wins that fucking fight and
How's he win that
boxes
next
his
round?
face off.
How's he win that next
He
round?
comes out that, I think that was the third round, right? He comes out that fourth round
I
and
know.
boxes his face off
Crazy.
like a fucking
What-
kangaroo.
Crazy recovery. I mean, that's
Crazy.
unbelievable.
His cardio is
recovery.
insane.
Yeah, because
Is
most
he-
people that get hit like that, that's it, man. It's
That's game over.
Yeah, it's game
It's
over.
game over.
I mean, his body shut off and he dropped.
No, the
like
power went.
gravity.
Give us a second. And we're back. Box.
Is he partially blind in one eye
Yep.
or completely?
Partially,
Like,
yeah.
But he could still sort
He's
of
crooked as fuck.
He can see enough where they let him fight. Yeah, I mean, he does those eye tests. They have to do eye tests. Apparently what they did is they put some kind of oil in his eye, and that oil like protects his retina somehow or another, and that's why it looks so crazy. And once he's done fighting, then they'll fix it. But the problem is, like, if he gets it fixed now, and then he goes and fights again and tears it even worse. And then the other thing is, the more time he waits, the more advanced all this stem cell shit is getting. Like, they brought someone's vision back with stem cells.
A blind guy, right?
Yeah, someone was blind, and they injected stem cells in this guy's eye and brought his vision back. And that's today, 2017. What's it going to be like 5, 6, 7 years down the line?
I mean, Bisping may be retired by then, though.
I would hope he'd be retired in 3 or 4. I mean, I think he's 39 now, right? How old is Michael?
Yeah,
He might not be that old. I might be upping him up a bit.
Would say 36?
He might be 36.
He might be 36, 37.
37.
I don't think he has 3 years left.
Well, he might. Look, the guy's so fucking game. You know, Michael Bisping does not have any extraordinary physical attributes. Not that he's not a great athlete. He certainly is. Not that he's not a very good fighter. He certainly is. But
Cardio.
But if you look at a guy like Rumble, extraordinary physical attributes. John Lineker, extraordinary physical attributes. What Michael Bisping has is just toughness. Just game as fuck, toughness. Knock him out, he comes back, and he just keeps coming back.
He has no quit.
He has no
Zero
quit.
And he has great cardio.
There's no quit.
Amazing cardio.
Ryan Parsons says in the gym, he said he's never seen a guy that hates getting tapped and hates losing, exchanges more.
I've
than
never
Michael
seen anything
Bisping.
like it. Even just, you know how you do like your normal warm up, like if you're doing underhooks, just he's going 100% nonstop. Like how the fuck? Slow down.
Won him the
son.
title, man. Won
Oh, I
him the
know.
fucking title.
No, he's
and
a
he
Hall of
gets
Famer.
better and better. You watch him improve fight to fight.
Look at his
yeah.
boxing. His boxing's ridiculous, man.
It's very
He
good.
Remember when he was-
outboxed Anderson Silva.
Yeah. Knocked out Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
Luke Rockhold
Left
looked
hook.
disdainful in that fight. Like, come on, man. What are you going
He
to do
was
to me?
pissed.
Yeah.
He's pissed he had to show up for that fight.
Yeah, he was like disdainful that was his challenge.
And he got murked.
And he got murked.
And Bisping was shooting XXX 19 in Toronto. I was like, huh? Yeah, I'll be down there in 4 days. Deuce, world champ. What a great fucking story.
It's the
and he's
best
been fighting
story.
for 10 years.
The best story.
I fucking love Bisping.
And then beats Dan Henderson in a close decision for this
That
fucking...
was a fucking
Crazy.
fight. You forget about that fight when we talk about fights of the year.
Oh, yeah.
That fight was so good.
so good.
And again, his cardio.
Yeah.
He landed the H-bomb twice.
Yeah, landed it.
That English
boom.
zombie popped back up and just starts fucking boxing. It's fucking crazy.
He's got nothing but heart, that dude.
So-
Listen,
so much
bro,
heart.
I'm going to tell you something. I had a funny feeling about Luke Rockhold. I didn't
dare
think
you.
Luke was taking it seriously either. I didn't.
How could you?
I
Bisping
didn't
on
think
4
he
days?
was. And I'm like, this guy
He already
has
beat
been
Bisping,
fighting
too.
for fucking years. All he needs is one shot.
But Bisping's not even a knockout artist. Like the betting odds for him to knock Luke Rockhold down in the first round, I have no
But
idea.
let me tell you something. If my daughter catches you with one of those swinging overhand punches and clips the tip of your chin, you got a problem.
Hey, Brian told me he went to this new boxing gym, and the guy's like, "Hey, you mind if this girl?" He's gonna kill me for telling the story. He goes, "You mind if this girl jumps in there and spars some rounds?" And Brian's like, "Sure." He starts moving around. This bitch is dead serious, and he douche hits him with the right hand. Brian was like, "Oh shit!" He said he's like a little wobbled. I'm like, "Bro, if anyone catches you flush, man,
Yeah.
you're gonna be in for a long night."
Especially the point of the chin, the way
Yeah.
Rockhold caught, and Bisping swung it over the shoulder. It was a beautiful left hook. He stepped in with it and just whipped it over the top, and it was something that him and Perillo had seen in Rockhold's game.
Perillo's coach of the year,
Very good coach.
hands down, coach of the year.
I
Very
used to
good
be
coach.
Tito Ortiz's coach.
Yep,
He still is.
Still is. All right.
Yeah.
Back in the
He
day.
worked with BJ. He's worked with a lot of guys.
BJ, Tito, Chris Cyborg, and Michael Bisping.
Yeah, he's a quiet guy in terms of like he's not out there trying to get a lot of publicity. He's not a attention whore. He's just an excellent boxing coach. Really knows his shit. I'm
as far as
impressed with
boxing,
that guy.
probably the best in the game.
Yeah, one of the best in the game, and good at adapting it for MMA too. You know, he understands MMA, and it's like it's like there's those camps that do it. You don't want to hear something fucking crazy that Woodley told me the other day.
Would love to.
I went to dinner with Woodley and Mighty Mouse and some dude and his wife who won the they won some VIP thing, the UFC thing, and we met them. Del Grate and I had dinner with them. Woodley didn't have a fucking head coach. He coached himself up until the Kelvin Gastelum fight. The Kelvin Gastelum fight was the first fight that he worked with Duke Roufus, and he was trying to figure out if he was going to go to ATT or if he was going to work with Duke Roufus.
I thought he was at ATT before all that.
His son. No, he never had like a head coach. You go down there and do a camp.
What the fuck was he thinking?
Just talented and just figuring it out on his own. His son told him to go to Chicago.
How old's his son?
Or Milwaukee, rather.
How old's his son?
He was a little kid. This little kid told him he had the idea that his dad, you should go. He goes, and I got it. He goes, it was like 15 below zero. Got in my fucking car and drove to Milwaukee.
And look at,
then he won. He beat Calvin, and then he's won every fight since then and won the title.
This day and age, you have to have that head coach. You have to have all bases covered, man.
There's another guy.
You can't be distracted with this. You can't be doing this over here. You can't live here and then fly in just for your camp.
Yeah.
You can't decide to get serious 6 weeks before. The people are too good.
That's
But how
too good.
crazy is
Imagine
that?
the NFL did that.
Yeah.
Imagine if Tom Brady was like, I'm going to do this even though I'm in season. Then right before training camp starts, so I'm going to get serious.
Yeah.
They can't. You just can't, man.
Yeah, and Duke's another guy that doesn't get enough credit because he's another guy that's pretty quiet. Like Duke Roufus is not out there trying to make a lot of noise and get a lot of people to pay attention to him. It's just an awesome striking coach.
Amazing strength coach. I think the reason why maybe he doesn't get enough credit with Woodley is because what's going on with Pettis.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Pettis is in a weird state, huh, man? I mean, he can't fight at 145. He's just too weak.
not for him.
He just can't take it. You know, you watch that fight, and it's like, God, Max Holloway just beat the fuck out of him.
But look,
Yeah.
I don't get why he went to 45. You look at his losses at 55. It's like, it's not that bad. You're talking about split decisions. It's really not that bad. You obviously can compete in the top 5 there.
He definitely competed and could actually go the full distance while getting beat up, whereas at 45, his body was breaking down.
And he even said that. He goes, I did everything in my power to make weight. My body shut down. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Maybe he should just go fucking heavy. Just start strength and conditioning work. Start fucking, doing deadlifts and shit. Beef his body up. Because if you look at Dos Anjos, there's Dos Anjos before, like Habib Nurmagomedov, and then there's Dos Anjos afterwards.
You mean the USADA?
I don't know what you're saying.
You talking about the USADA?
I don't know who you are, Johnny Hendricks.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. But there is absolutely a difference when a guy gets on a serious strength and conditioning routine, regardless of Mexican supplements. He went with Nick Curson. And Nick Curson, you ever seen the videos of Rafael Dos Anjos and Curson working out?
Yeah, doing work.
Curson is a beast. He has guys doing crazy shit. He's got you doing all that Marv Marinovich shit where you got all this footwork stuff, and he believes in like foot strength above all plyometrics, all these explosive box jumps and shit, and all this crazy fucking burpees and all the nutty explosive sprinting back and
That's
forth
the
type
shit
stuff.
you need. Because
That's
for
the
a
shit
while,
you need.
I love that meathead shit. For a while, remember Carlos Condit was like climbing on trees and shit, and fucking
I had that
Connor
guy
was
in
doing
here.
all this weird stuff, and then all of a sudden, just the meathead movement is back.
The meathead movement, how so? Like in what way?
That training, that
Curson's not a meathead. I wouldn't say
I'm not saying
that's a meathead movement at all. I think that's the opposite.
No. What I'm saying is that raw power, that strength condition, you can't make up for that by climbing
Right.
on trees and doing this weird yoga movement, all that shit.
Yoga movement
there's
is
room
good.
for that.
That's all good,
You
but
can't
you gotta
be your
able to move.
focus.
Yeah.
You can't be your fucking focus.
But Connor, what Connor's been able to do is develop like extremely agile back and forth movement, and I think a lot of that is that Ito Portal guy. I gotta admit that as weird as his stuff looks when he's flipping around doing all these jumps, if you can move your body like that, that's going to directly translate into your footwork and your movement.
I give more credit to his head coach.
100%. I mean, John Kavanaugh
As far
is
as
a
his
wizard.
movement. Oh, speaking of
That
UFC
too.
207, you know who the biggest winner is?
Who?
Conor McGregor.
How so?
He's the only star.
Oh, yeah, he
He's the
gets-
only mega star, and goes,
He gets all the stock.
you fellas want to you want to talk now, or what do you want to
Yeah.
do? Because I'm the only guy left.
Well, how about this? It's that, and then the next pay-per-view is Holly Holm versus Jermaine Durandame, which is it's a tough sell, right?
Tough sell?
And it's a
Fuck
very
yeah,
good
it's a
fight.
tough sell.
I would buy it as a hardcore fan.
I'll
but
buy it for sure.
for
but
sure. And we'll probably. But the
You
bottom
and me
line
and
is,
100,000 people will.
yeah, it ain't gonna be Conor McGregor numbers, right? Bottom line.
Conor, when she lost, and I'm sure he likes Ronda, but I bet business-wise, he's like, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it's a
All the
tricky
chips are in his
situation
corner.
now with the marketing campaign that WME put together for this that was so Ronda heavy, and then Ronda gets smashed, and now what are you going to do for? You going to like the girl who smashed Ronda? Is that what Amanda gets for her next title fight?
You do a press tour, world press tour with her. Like, let's introduce you to the girl who beat the shit out of Ronda now. She's not fighting. Let's do this press tour that she deserves.
So they try
let's do all this stuff.
Piggyback on Ronda again.
Yes.
And show the beating.
Well, you know, she sort of retired two legends in the sport.
That's why she's my fighter of the year.
She retired Misha, and then she retired Ronda. If Ronda retires, that's huge. She retired both of them. All of a sudden, Amanda is Nate Diaz.
Did you see Kat Zingano posted on Instagram that Amanda blocked her? Because Kat Zingano stopped Amanda. And Amanda was hurting Kat Zingano bad in the first round. Real bad. Kat was in big fucking trouble. But she survived and went on to stop Amanda.
And I love Kat, but all fucking Amanda could do is be like, you lost the chick I just beat in 17 seconds. What the fuck
but she got caught in an armbar. I mean,
how did Amanda lose that fight? I don't remember that.
She beat her down. She beat her down the third round. Kat got on top and started blasting her.
Did she kind of gas?
No. Well, she kind of gassed, but it was Kat is ferocious.
Kat's a monster.
Beat Amanda.
Yes.
You know that fucking scream? There's a recording of Kat Zingano screaming after she won that fight. And it's so primal, dude. It's like an animal scream.
I think you played it before on the podcast.
Yeah, because it was like when she did it, I was like, woo. There's some shit you hear.
That's it.
That's her.
God, dog.
Come on, man.
That
you
scares
can't
the shit out of me.
fake that. That's in your bones,
But that's
man.
after.
That's in your
remember,
soul.
that's after all that darkness she dealt with her husband committing suicide and just all this darkness.
Was that
How
before
long ago
that?
was that?
No, that was after
Afterward.
that.
Is that
So
that was
that
the
fight
fight.
was afterwards?
That was the
Play
fight.
that again, Jamie. Play that again. Listen to this shit.
Hell yeah. That's like when first time I did
dog.
DMT.
That shit makes
That
me
shit scared me
nervous.
too.
That shit makes me
shit
nervous.
scares the fuck
She's
out of me.
fucking ferocious.
But
You know?
Brendan, to answer your question from before, not to interrupt you, they're sitting on a fucking gold mine, William Morris now, with this fucking Amanda Nunes. I told you last night, she's part of the LBGT community, Jack.
Great
Got
story.
Deep fucking pockets, okay?
Excuse me.
Deep
It's
pockets.
LBG. It's LBGTQA now.
Okay,
is
listen.
that?
Keep
God
up.
damn.
What is that?
Got to keep up. Lesbians.
Okay, so
gays,
she's part of the LGBT
transsexuals.
community.
I don't know how
They just hit the
transsexuals get
fucking
lumped in
lottery
there.
ticket. They just hit the fucking lottery ticket.
Did
Asexuals
they?
are in there too.
Because they had Liz Carmouche before that.
But Liz Carmouche didn't beat
No.
up fucking Ronda
She was
Rousey.
still
Yeah, I mean,
lesbian.
it
48
helped.
seconds,
It helped, but Liz Carmouche
helped.
wasn't the champion. Like once you're the champion,
No, she's the champion,
It's
brother.
everything. And when Liz Carmouche fought Ronda, she fought her at the first fight when no one knew who Ronda was. So Ronda has all this hype behind her. She wins that fight, and then goes on. And Liz has done well in the UFC, but having that. It's not the same.
Oh, no, I agree.
Amanda's
You know
I
what
agree.
Tanya
I'm just-
Evinger is? She
Yeah.
fights for Invicta. She's awesome. Have you ever seen her fight? Tanya Evinger?
very tough.
I don't think so.
She is badass. She's an Invicta. She's super tough. She's really good. And she's openly gay, too.
And what weight is she?
She's hilarious, man. I love that chick. She's like 135. 135, 145. She's good, man.
There's going to be more. It's the same thing we were talking about, like when Anderson was in his prime, when he was just lighting people on fire. The division was like, there wasn't, you had like Patrick Cote. You had a couple of fights for the title. Palace Latis, where like, there's no
Rich
one.
Franklin.
There's no, well, Rich Franklin was the champ, but there's no overwhelming need to see that fight. You know what I mean? Like, you want to see the fight because I'm interested in see Patrick's got a great chin. He's got power. Let's see what happens. But it's not like, oh, here's the next one. It's like Cody Garbrandt fighting Dominic Cruz. You were like, oh, let's see what happens
Yes,
here.
sir.
There was no one like that for Anderson for a long-ass time. And I think in the women's bantamweight division, you got a kind of similar situation now. It's like now you have Amanda Nunes who beats the shit out of Misha. Misha's going to step back. She's gone now. She beats the shit out of Ronda. Ronda steps back. Holly goes up to 145.
They
Holly's
gotta
going to
change
fight
that
Jermaine
shit.
Durandame.
They got to change that shit.
Why not
that
have Amanda
card-
fight for both belts?
How about
Well,
Amanda
maybe,
Holly
yeah.
Holm to save that card?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, make some moves. Because have you seen the card?
Well, no, Holly's
In
already on
Brooklyn?
that card. Holly's the headliner.
That's what I'm saying.
Holly's fighting Jermaine Durandame for the 145 pound
145.
I
fight.
think they should give Jermaine Demandjame
Nunes already beat her.
$500,000 to chill
Nunes
out.
already beat her, by the way.
You know, they need it.
Nunes beat who?
I thought Nunes already beat
Jermaine Durand.
Yeah, she already beat her.
Yes.
Yeah. She beat her in the UFC.
Yes.
Yeah, Jermaine is a wicked kickboxer. She's a world class, multiple time world champion kickboxer. I think she won the world Muay Thai title on several occasions. She's like really elite as a Muay Thai fighter.
fun fight.
But big gloves, stand up, always stand up. There's no ground. And as soon as she got in the UFC, you could see like that transition between learning the striking with takedowns versus just fighting in a kickboxing bout. It's a big transition.
It takes time too.
Yeah,
But
it
you're
takes-
also going
takes a
against
while.
people who aren't going to give you the time.
Exactly. They're just fucking shooting it on her and beating her up and taking her down, and it's just a different sport.
Who's
It's a
on
totally
that
different
card? I
sport.
thought the card was pretty good. It's in Brooklyn, yes?
Travis Brown is fighting Derek Lewis. That's an
Well,
interesting fight. But where's Travis's head at right now?
He's training the same camp, isn't he?
Yes.
God damn it, Travis.
Yeah.
Holly Holm versus Amanda Nunes. That's the fight right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think at 135, that's a fucking
They should
wild
do that
fight.
at this for this card.
No, make Amanda the 2-belt champion.
But then you have to remember that Valentina Shevchenko just beat Holly and beat
Holly's
her
coming
up
off 2
stand up.
losses.
Yeah, and Valentina beat her up stand up. That
Well,
check
Correct.
right
Oh,
hook.
well,
and
this-
that's the fight
this
we
is
should
Yeah,
see.
Brooklyn?
yeah. They
This
put
is
those two
Brooklyn?
together.
Yeah.
They need help with this card.
The problem is most people, even though Valentina won, they don't know who she is yet. Even though she won. I mean, she needs a few more victories inside the UFC
this-
in order to get people excited
No,
about
Is
it.
this
everyone-
pay-per-view?
This pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Brooklyn. The only reason people know Holly, too, is they don't know her past losses, really. They granted her fight was on Fox, but all they know is she's the girl that knocked out Ronda. That's what's selling this.
Eddie, bro, are you trying to say that this isn't going to get you last $60?
I'm just saying that
I will illegally stream it like I did the last one.
Amanda Nunes just fought for 45 seconds. She's fresh. Have her headline that card.
Hey, man, let's build her up. Where's
Yeah,
the
there's no
where's the
reason
What
to
are you
do
fire?
that.
talking about?
It's only
Where's
a
the
month away.
fire?
Is that the Super Bowl card?
Yeah.
Damn, I agree
No.
with Eddie. I agree
Super
with
Bowl
Eddie.
weekend.
That's a
No.
bad
Super
I'm
Bowl
not
weekend.
saying nothing.
That's
I'm
February
not saying
5th.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm
Isn't
just
it?
saying.
No, Super Bowl weekend is in Houston. It's a different card.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, the Super
they
Bowl
changed
weekend
it.
one. I don't think they have that card locked up either. By the way, I think they're still moving fights around for that Brooklyn card because I think they recognize that they need a little bit more juice on that.
So
card.
I think
no
Amanda's
Super Bowl
perfect.
card in Vegas this year,
No, it's
It's
not
in
in Vegas.
Houston.
It's in Houston this year.
and the Super Bowl's in Houston.
Yeah,
Or
Is
is
it?
Super Bowl in Houston
No.
or Dallas? I thought it was
Yeah.
Dallas. Is it Houston? I know
In
it's
Houston.
Texas.
Texas. So that's they'll have a big card for the UFC there. They don't
Hey,
even know.
man.
That's a great fight.
If you
All they
want
have
my
right
money,
now is Bermudez and Chan Sung Jung. That's a good fight. But what day is that?
that would sell 7 pay-per-views.
February
right now.
5th, 4th,
Super Bowl's on the 5th. This is
the
on
4th. Yeah, so
They need to
okay,
throw
that's
Amanda
a
on
fight
one of
night.
those cards.
I'm not
That's
there
it.
for that.
You need
That's
to
a
slow
fight
down,
night.
sir.
Jesus Christ.
That's
what
so
are we doing
the
over here?
fight. That's a Super Bowl card, and it's a fight night.
No, you
Wow.
know, what's the Super Bowl weekend?
Super Bowl week.
That's it,
February
bro.
Super Bowl
4th?
weekend.
It's not
the
the 29th.
The game is on the 5th.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
night
wow.
before. It's a free
Yeah,
fight
so-
night.
So
put it on
it's a free
Fox.
fight night because Super Bowl weekend. It's always been a pay-per-view UFC.
Yes.
It's usually been in Vegas.
and it's in Vegas.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing, man. Well, you know what, man?
Who's
Look,
going to headline cards right now?
Dude,
Who
you-
would
you
sell a pay-per-view?
It's a good fucking question. There's
There's a lot of
no
stars out
heavyweights, no heavyweights other than Stipe Miocic that can sell a big card right now.
And he has to
Kane-
sell it in Cleveland, too.
There's a lot of stars out there. There's a lot of stars out there.
That would sell
In
a
the sky?
pay-per-view, Eddie.
Well,
Which
Name
ones? Serious.
one. And just, like, give me 3 and go.
well,
Alpha
Amanda
Centauri.
Nunes really didn't. I mean, she put in 45 seconds.
Robbie
they should,
Lawler's
They should
ready.
take advantage. There's, I mean, you want.
I'm talking about legit pay-per-view sellers.
Honestly, there's Conor McGregor and then there's everybody else, right?
Correct.
Right.
There was a thing that they showed the other day that Conor, in 3 fights, drew more pay-per-view than the entire UFC roster in 2014.
His 3 worst gates and pay-per-views of all time would beat Ronda's best and Brock Lesnar's best.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the biggest for sure. And
Am
anybody
I-
that
am I- are you guys
I know
arguing?
no,
Am I
you're not. No,
arguing?
But some people
No, I'm
are.
just looking at you like this.
Dana's argued it, right? That
Yeah, he
Ronda
goes,
was a
Ronda's the
bigger
biggest star, and Connor's like, no.
What Ronda is like, here's what's different. When Ronda's face came on the screen the first time in Vegas this weekend, I heard young girls scream. That's all I heard. I heard young girls. It was like Justin Bieber pulled his dick out. It was like,
How about that motherfucker's talking shit? How about Bieber's talking
I
shit?
know. He made
What
a
did he
tweet
say?
that said, you just got knocked the fuck out.
Hey, Bieber, sing your
What?
fucking songs
Yeah.
and beat
What?
it, nerd.
He's so silly.
What?
Yeah, that dude's so
you don't even write your
silly.
own music. What the fuck are you talking
What?
about?
That dude's so silly.
That's
What
what
a
I can't
fucking
stand. When people
douchebag.
aren't involved in the game, they say stuff like that. It's like, what have you ever done to risk your... What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Damn.
It got
What?
239,000 likes.
And it's because Ronda, she was at some concert or something, and her little sister wanted to meet Bieber, and he didn't have time. So then she got mad. Remember that? She was like, "Fuck Bieber." So that's where it stems from.
Oh, okay.
So he's like waiting, like.
Well, you remember when fucking Ronda got KO'd by Holly? Trump said, "I'm glad she got knocked out. Not a good person."
Trump talked shit again, didn't he? Trump did another tweet about Ronda.
About Ronda?
And he's the president of the United States.
No,
I'm pretty
Did
sure.
He really?
Yeah.
He is so crazy.
Check out his tweet.
He's so
Why
crazy.
was he mad at Ronda on the
Who
first time?
fucking knows? She might have talked shit about him.
Because she said, I would never vote for Trump.
Yeah, she said she was going to vote for Bernie
You're
Sanders.
the president of the United States, motherfucker. What do you care?
I know, right?
Hey, man, don't you have bigger fires to put out instead of tweeting bullshit?
Well, not only that,
He's
man.
not a politician, man. That's not what he is.
I know, right?
He's not.
He's not.
He's not trying to be. He don't even want to stay at the White House. Because I got a fucking
I
hotel.
wouldn't either.
Because
Like, look at this little place.
Fuck
she was from
George
here.
Lincoln's bed.
Yeah.
I got a bidet. I got Chinese butlers and shit.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here, the White House and shit.
It's probably run down. I bet if you
Yeah,
go in there,
it's
probably
fucking
shitty.
worn
It's
down.
probably
Right?
like the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah,
You get there and you're like, what?
It's nasty. Mildew on the windows and shit.
You've been in the mansion, right? Didn't you come with me to
You
that
know what?
marijuana
I got
policy
tricked.
project
See,
thing?
when I first got invited to the mansion, I thought, oh my God, it's going to be just like those videos you see. They used to be those like commercials. And they
Girls
used to-
Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild,
Yes.
like Playboy Mansion. And you'd see like on E, you see the Playboy Mansion. You're like, oh shit. We get invited to an event there, and then you figure it out really quick that, okay, not every night goes off because there's like no girls there. They had giant screens everywhere in the backyard, playing loops of people partying on
Real
the good
cock
nights.
fest.
On the good nights, so you got to. You're at
got
the
to see
Playboy
people
Mansion, seeing people party at the Playboy Mansion, and then I looked into it, and it turns out they rent out the place like all the goddamn
All the
time.
time.
Rent it out all
And
the time.
there's not going to be. It's not like what you see on TV. There's only 2 times per year where it's that what you imagine, where they're just 80% girls and they're all in their
Their
underwear.
Halloween party.
That does happen, but it's only their Halloween party and their 4th of July or a midnight summer's Eve.
And that shit
Those
pops
are the
off.
good. Yeah, and then
Remember when
it's
we went to see-
impossible to get into those.
Eddie, you remember when we went to see fights there?
Yeah, they
we
had
saw,
fights there.
We saw Strike Force
Yes,
there.
that's
Correct.
right.
Brandon Thatch.
No girls.
Spot on that.
Yeah, dude, Thatch, man, that was a tough loss.
Yeah, it's probably over, isn't it?
Yeah, he just did
4 in a
not.
row.
He looked terrible on the ground, man. He was making big rookie mistakes and
Super
like,
amateur.
Yeah, it was like he was like leaving himself open. It wasn't patient.
It's
wasn't
heartbreaking.
doing it the
'Cause
right way.
I'm telling you, if you saw him in the gym, you're like, oh, like I've seen him against the best in the world. You're like, this motherfucker's gonna do it, man.
So what is it?
Commitment to the grappling. Commitment to grappling, commitment to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
he's
man.
just so good at stand-up. His dad's this legend in Denver as far as striking, and he was a taekwondo guy, and he trained him since he was little. And Thatch was always the it factor in the gym where you're like, dude, if you're standing with him, good luck. He could do it all. Both ways, whatever you wanted. He could mimic anything.
He looked good standing up too, man. Looked
He's
real
amazing,
good.
but just
and
on
he
the
made
ground.
the mistake of initiating the grappling. I was like, Jesus Christ.
And what hurts him even more, I don't know if you guys saw this with all the chaos going on with UFC 207. Their head coach, Leister Bowling, who's my head coach, and I think one of the best in the game, is retiring. He's leaving Muscle Farm.
Why is he doing that?
Because his kids in wrestling, and he lives far away. And he's like, dude, I'm spending too much time with the guys traveling stuff. He was in the summer. I had 3 weekends with my kids. He's like, I just can't do it. And his son, little Leister's like really getting competitive in wrestling, and Leister's his wrestling coach.
How far away does he live from the gym? Wow.
Like an hour.
That sucks. He should move closer. What the fuck?
But again, he's like, because he owns his own business. He makes crazy money. So he's just doing it. And it kind of got out of hand. He's like, dude, I'm spending too much time with the team and not enough time with my family.
He's a good dude too.
one of the best.
Really good guy.
One of the best.
Very smart too.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see, and I have no idea. I don't know if they've talked about this. I have no idea. But I'd like to see Matt Brown take kind of a leadership role with that team.
Really? And move that into like the next phase of his career?
I don't even know if he's into it, but I've seen him with the guys and with his mentality and experience. You're talking about a coach who kind of knows it all, like we were talking about with Matt Hume, who's been there. Be a good idea. I have no idea if he's even into it.
Yeah, it was interesting because Dwayne was working with Matt Brown for this fight. He worked with him for a few weeks. But I thought maybe we'd see more like footwork and movement from Matt that's like similar to Dwayne's style. But
Dwayne's style doesn't work that way. Dwayne, you have to be in, and you have to spend a ton of time with him. And I really think he's the perfect coach for TJ But unless you're one of those small guys with that crazy footwork, he's not a guy you can go to for 6 weeks and pick shit up
But
on.
you know what, man? I agree with you. But do you remember when Travis Brown was first on the scene? Like when he fought Skyscraper, when
and he moved like Dominic Cruz.
Yes, that's what I'm
Because he's training
saying.
at Alliance.
That's what I'm saying.
The entire division was like, what the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah, well, what happened to him?
Edmund.
100%. Is that what it is?
100%. Think about all his fights since he left there. He was a
That's so
barbarian,
crazy.
man.
I always said that he was the dark horse in the division. I was like, let me tell you something. That this guy puts it all together. He can do some shit that you rarely see from a heavyweight.
Now, he went from Alliance to Winklejohn for a while? Or
Yes.
He was always at
No,
Alliance.
he went to Alliance, then he went to Jackson's and was good there.
Yeah,
He fought
Jackson,
Overeem and
Michael
those guys. Then Overeem stayed there, then he left. And then he ended up going to Edmund with Ronda. So, but same thing. I remember I forget what UFC it was. UFC one, I forget. Anyways, I fought Ben Rothwell. He was on the card fighting some scrub. And I looked at my coach and I was like, do you know about that guy? And it was Leeson. He goes, a little bit. And I went, he's probably your next heavyweight champ. Have you seen the way he moves? I went, we don't want to fight him like down the road. We want to fight him soon because that guy has so much talent. He's probably the next champ. They're like, really? Then we saw his fight and everyone was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, he has footwork like Dominic Cruz and he's a C6'7".
Yeah, I talked to Brian Stan about him, and Brian was pretty adamant about it. Like after the last fight, he's like, "Where's all his footwork? He's like, I remember this guy having incredible footwork and movement when he was at Jackson's camp, and now he's just kind of lost all of it. And he's become this
Stagnant, like
also
and
doesn't
he
look
has
like he has the same desire anymore. Like when he knocked out Gonzaga or
Bingo.
Josh Brown.
bingo.
Yeah,
Josh
It
Barnett,
happened.
Josh
Barnett, rather.
who just got flagged.
Yeah, he got flagged, huh? What do you know what for?
Steroids.
Really?
Hey man, that guy, he's been flagged before, for God's
Yeah,
sakes.
it's
And I
a-
love Josh. Shit
been a-
happens.
He's got caught a few
You know,
times.
the whole Edmund, somebody put a video out, pretty funny, about everybody getting knocked out. Edmund camp with a little flute like from fucking Titanic and shit, And it's fucking sad, Right before the Ronda fight, I had to pee. And while I was peeing, I said to myself, you know what, I can't call this fight, but what do I want to happen? Let this poor girl fucking win. Let her retire. Let Amanda Nunes.
She would never
send
retire
this
if she won.
Whatever. I was hoping. I didn't want to see what I just saw again.
Yeah.
But why do
didn't
we
need
feel
to
that
see
way?
that
See, but you didn't
because-
see what you just saw again. What you saw was way worse.
Way
the
worse.
Holly fight, it was her trying to get Holly, but Holly was fighting wisely. She was sliding away, cracking her with shots.
It was
She
Ronda
got-
being Ronda.
She got hunted.
Yes.
Ronda got hunted down and destroyed by an assassin.
If I hunt,
Totally different kind of a
if
fight.
I hunt him down right now, if I get up and go and say, I have 2 seconds before his head adjusts and he realizes where he is. Even Eddie, if I get on top of him in side control, as big and fat as I am, Eddie will go, fuck, I can't breathe. But, but after a while, you get it together. She didn't even get it together.
Yeah, but it's all the big difference is getting hit in the head.
Oh, I understand.
Getting hit in the head, she probably had no idea what the fuck was going on.
But it was like, but Joe, she just came from a training camp. Was her media scrum stuff like her training camp? Usually she's got little guys she's throwing around in training camp. This time I didn't see her throwing nobody around in training.
She definitely had judo work. She's definitely doing
I
a lot of
mean,
work. There was some footage that was up of her hitting takedowns
did
and stuff.
she tell Edmund, I don't want to see nobody, I don't want to talk to nobody? Was her training reflective of her attitude towards the media and everything like this?
Yeah, there's
Something is not fucking right here.
That's what
When
I'm
she
saying,
got hit,
Joey.
Joe, I love you and I appreciate the headshot, but something wasn't there. I get shot in the head. I put my hands
think that's
up.
fair to say, Joe.
Something
Yeah.
was not
Could
there.
be.
Something was not there. That's why I feel, and the public, guys who really, you feel brokenhearted in a way.
But isn't that weird? Why do we feel broken?
I feel brokenhearted.
I do too.
I
which-
called you up the next morning and told you
Yeah.
driving back from the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm brokenhearted.
Yeah, you were
because
devastated.
Me, everybody gets fired after Holly Holm. Everybody. I go back to the Japanese Cultural Center with Masaki down there for $7 every time.
That's not what made Ronda Ronda, though.
I
She's so
understand,
loyal.
But if she was so loyal, she wouldn't have left the guy that got her into the UFC, though.
What guy?
Who?
Whoever
You talking
the
about
guy-
the manager?
Yeah.
Nah, manager's different.
No,
Managers
that's
are
different.
scumbags.
But
That's
if
a
she was
different
so
thing.
loyal, she wouldn't have left him.
But
Yeah,
she's had.
but
if
who
you-
knows what that deal is?
Yeah,
if-
you're talking
right,
about
but if you
money.
listen to
That's
that
different.
story,
That's
there's two-
money's
right.
different, though, right?
But there's two different versions of
Yes.
that story. Well, I don't know who's right.
But there, and I feel I'm the same way. Where and for whatever
Something
weird
was
reason,
not right there.
I agree 100%, Joey.
Look,
And
the
for-
head punch is great, but something wasn't there, Joe.
Yeah, there's-
something wasn't there when she went to grab her.
Yeah.
Nunez went like this.
it wasn't
It's
the
also
same
Nunez
Ronda
is
that
good.
I
Like
agree.
this, Joe Rogan, like this.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
That's all
same
she did.
Ronda that came out for Holly and those
No,
that tenacity.
brother.
Joey, you remember that time you told me you mugged that gay guy and he beat the shit out of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And he wasn't a gay guy.
Yeah.
Because I'll get in trouble now. What happened was guys that were thinking they wanted to be gay, like guys that had families and shit, that wanted to get their dick sucked, would have a few drinks in them. And they'd go to Hudson County Park to see if there was somebody there to get their dick sucked. Like before I went into your show last
be
night,
gay.
I parked. Sean just said, park in this lot. I didn't park in that lot. I parked in a lot that was empty, and when I was walking over there, some dude kept making weird eye contact with me. He wanted to suck dick. I don't take it down.
no. He looked at you. Could have thought you were big pussy from the Sopranos. Like, you want to suck my dick? I know that look.
I know when somebody looks at me.
Maybe he's a fan of his
because they know me.
comedy.
I know when somebody looks at me because they see me from the podcast.
Joey's
I know
got
when
like
somebody
a
looks at
guide
me
in his head.
No,
What does that look
no,
mean?
No.
Suck my dick.
I know exactly. I know it's either he had two looks to him. Either he wanted to sell me drugs, or he wanted to suck my dick.
Okay, how'd you decide that it was dick?
How creepy it was.
Oh, okay.
Just his appearance. I don't want to say he looked gay.
Right.
But just his
he
appearance.
looked gay.
He was a male prostitute. Let's
okay.
pretend he
His
was a male
mouth was
prostitute.
watering.
Okay.
Okay, so
Anyway, so these guys.
these guys would come down and they'd be half drunk. Like in hindsight, I think about it, and they're all these type of dudes that may not just be gay. They just have a family, but
Right.
they like the gay. You know, it's
That'd be
1980.
gay, though, wouldn't it?
In 1980, it wasn't easy to go, I'm coming out of the closet. There was a lot of guys in. Let me talk to you about something. you ever been around the guy? Tell me the truth as a man. You ever been around the guy that when you get in your car and go home, you're like, you know what?
For sure.
I could definitely talk that dude into sucking my dick. He's dying to suck a dick. Even though he's got a hot girlfriend and a kid and they got a dog and he goes to fucking, CrossFit. You could tell that maybe he could mingle
kid
on
and
the
a
other
dog.
side. You could talk him into switching governments if
He's
you
got
had
a
to.
kid and a
And a
dog.
dog. I know a lot of dudes like that you look at and you go,
living
something
a
ain't
lie.
right. This guy
Every
could
guy
suck
out
a
there
dick.
who, with a kid who's walking his dog is like, fuck, am I gay?
No.
Do
I'm
I
not
want to
saying-
suck dick?
Maybe you have evil fantasies like Rob Halford and Hell Bent for Leather. You know that song?
but
You
Rob
do
Halford's
the
whole-
evil fantasy.
But he was gay as fuck.
No, I'm not saying that. I love Rob Halford. I love Rob
I do
Halford.
too.
But I'm just saying that
You got another thing coming.
there's a lot of fucking guys, dog, that you see that you know. Maybe their dad's still alive and he was a Marine. You can't go
What the
home
fuck
and tell.
does that mean?
You can't go home and tell your dad who was a general. I want to
okay.
suck dick full time.
I see what you're
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? So
I
they
thought you
play
were
the
saying
game
like
for a
those
while.
guys, if your
They
dad was
play the
alive,
game.
he's a
Bro,
Marine, you want to blow guys.
Joe Rogan, you're an intelligent. How many guys do you think are out there right now? We've had this discussion
Millions.
that are married, whatever, but every once in a while they put a feather suit on and they go dance like in anything.
It's probably
And
more
that's-
than 10.
And that's what we used to, we used to go down there. We were dumb kids. We figured out we could rob these dudes that were drunk. They come down to get their dick sucked. So we bait them. We got the captain of police's son, so we weren't going to go to jail. He was better looking than you. We weren't going to go to jail. We put him out there. We put like a guinea T-shirt, those wife beaters, with a little gold chain with a cross on it and shit.
The ultimate cocktail.
And we put him out there on
That's
Boulevard
hilarious.
East, and then we hide in the trees. And then he'd go, I'll suck your dick, and the guy would park, and then he'd walk him back. And right before I went to get that one knee, I come up with that straight right kick, John Jones to the fucking nutsack.
God damn,
You go
Joey.
down. We're in the trees. We're hiding in the trees.
Fucked
We
up
fucking
shit.
fly down from the trees. And we just bam, bam, bam. We take your money. We run. We're 16 guys. Nobody fucking knows what's right and what's wrong.
Not that
My mother. No.
Perfect guy
And
to
I was-
rob. Who's the
and
guy?
I
The guy's
was-
not going to the
He's not
cops.
going to the cops. And you got to remember, my crew was the third crew on. There was a crew from 64th Street. They were not only robbing you, they were taking you to your house. I had friends that were in high school that actually were setting you up. Yeah, let's suck your dick. And then they put you back in your car and go to your house and rob you. We were the light crew. We were just going down there peppering you with a few shots and running away
Ain't
with you.
nobody
So,
getting their dick
my
sucked.
point about the story was there was one time where
I got beat up. I went down there by myself.
You went, you
I
went
went down there by
there.
myself. I had the
Yeah.
Knicks minus the 8.5, and I only won by 8. So I got caught by the hook, and I called my buddy, and I go, dog, we lost. And he goes, I'm with my girlfriend. But at the time, I was yaying it up. I'm hanging out with my buddies. We're hitting the bag. I go down there. I go down there, dog. I'm from Jersey. They ain't gonna do nothing to me. This dude lit me up. It could have been Nunez's uncle. It could have been Amanda Nunez's uncle. He punched me with so many shots. But again,
He lit your ass up
lit me up.
and had a rock
But here's
hard
the-
boner.
But here's the funny thing, that in hindsight now, I know what Joe's saying, levels of striking. I never saw striking. It was nighttime, so I didn't even see his hands. I just kept seeing lights. Never seen lights. I just kept seeing lights. When you see lights at night, that's fucked up.
The motherfucker had some training.
You know, it's a funny. There's a funny thing about striking too, and this relates to what Amanda can do. There's power, and then there's like power. There's like crazy power.
God-gifted power, yeah.
Some people just have it, and you see it with Lineker. Lineker for sure has it. Rumble for sure has it. There's people that have this weird power. They have an ability to hit people, and you see people that normally can take a shot, and you see the look in their eye where they're in big trouble, like right away. And when you get hit like that, man, you don't know where the fuck you are.
Now, let me ask you this. In jiu-jitsu, every black belt knows how to do a rear naked choke, but very few people can do a rear naked choke like Marcelo Garcia.
Right.
You know, very few people. I mean,
Why?
if you just, it's because would you say it was natural like Lineker, or was it because he spent a lot of time perfecting the back? And I know for a fact that he did. He used to ride on people's backs with the over-under and not even try to tap them. He would just spend a lot of time just riding and perfecting the control. Then he just mastered the fight. Then he realized how important that squeeze was, so that he would ride and squeeze, and he knew that it was all about the power of the squeeze. So he spent a lot of time with the rear naked choke. And you know, there's quite a few guys out there now that are you know, his students and other guys that have developed back attacks is almost as good as Marcelo, but probably not as good. Now, when you're talking about power, you know, certain guys have the power whether they're born with it or not. What if the guys with the power actually in their training working harder and more consistently at developing power? Like, what would you need? Like, you got to.
It's that.
I mean,
that is a possibility, but it's also a physics issue. It's also an anatomy
What
issue.
if it's both though?
It might be both, but
It
there's
has to be, right?
It is like, okay, here's like Cody Garbrandt does not have big hands. He's not built like a George Foreman type character. Like George Foreman has freakish physical attributes. He's got hands that are like the size of like canned hams. They're fucking gigantic. And he would just thump guys with a jab, and you would see them get stunned and hurt. Obviously trained like a motherfucker. Obviously had very good technique too. Obviously worked on all those things too. But you can't overcome the physical attributes if a guy does all those other things as well. That's where the freaks come in. That's where the people like that just have this ridiculous one-shot power. But there's technique.
Look
There's-
at Connor. Connor's not a big guy. He's a wide shoulder guy, but he has that one-hit quitter.
Yeah, no question.
No,
But when you think about your turning sidekick, right? Like your personal turning sidekick, it's everybody knows now that it's extremely powerful, scary powerful. Very few people. I've never seen anybody throw a turning sidekick as hard as you. I've worked with a lot of martial artists in my time, still to this day. Holy shit. Michael Jai White, excuse me, he's right up there too, but he's like 6'4", 240. Anyways, but you have said many times that the secret behind your power was the reps. You knew that it was all about just hitting that heavy bag as many goddamn times as possible every day, just standing in front. And you said that most people don't develop that power because most people just don't spend the time standing in
kick
front
the
of a
bag.
bag and just working. So that must
It's also
mean
the way
every,
he's built, though.
Well,
Yeah.
that too.
Listen,
that
man,
too.
there was a lot of guys that I trained with that had good turning sidekicks. I always knew that I had a cheat. I had a physical advantage. Like the size of my hands for someone my size. I mean, you have to realize I had hands as big when I was fighting at 154. It was ridiculous. They're just
certain physical attributes you have.
The width of the shoulders is big,
But that has nothing to do with your turning side.
It does,
Your
because it's in the
fists.
hips too.
His
It's the same
hips
thing with
and
my
his
hips,
legs
my
and his
knees,
ass.
my ass,
okay.
all the
Explosive.
It's also
It's
like
that
the
and-
fast
I
twitch
agree.
fiber. Whether
Well,
you
that's
have
when
it
you
or
get-
not.
coincidence? Is it a
No,
coincidence?
but that's when you get greatness.
Powers, a lot of it is fast twitch, and you either have fast twitch or you don't. I mean, like Nick Diaz is a hard puncher, but he's never going to be a puncher like Woodley.
But
No matter what he does,
matter
who
what
he
he
trains
does,
with it will never
he'll
be.
never
him.
be able to punch
Let
like
me
Woodley.
ask you a question.
your average MMA fighter, how much time do you think they spend working on the power of their turning sidekick?
Very
average
little.
guy.
Very
Well, no one really throws a spinning sidekick in the
Very
UFC.
few, then, right?
Well, there's a few
Rare.
guys. There's a few guys that do it.
That have allotted a certain amount of time a week, like for 20 minutes. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but
on
to your
Mondays,
point,
I'm gonna do
power.
it.
How many guys focus on throwing a right hand or left hand if they're dominant left-handed or southpaws?
Right.
Everyone
True.
does. There's very few who can do it in one punch and knock guys
And now,
out.
Right.
do you know fighters that specifically train every day just to develop specific punching? Like today, I'm
Power
going to
punches.
spend power punches,
Yes.
right?
in
Every day?
between camps,
sure.
guys do that for sure. Guys will just like go, like George was famous for doing that. He would go down to Henzo's and just only train jiu-jitsu for like months on end, just to really tighten everything up. He went to Brazil a couple times just to train jiu-jitsu.
Arlovsky would do it in boxing. I would do it in boxing.
Yeah.
Vitor
So
does it with
what's the best thing you can do? Like you're a professional fighter, you're fighting in the UFC, you're ranked 13th, and you want to take your power, your hand. You want to be able to knock someone. You want to have that Conor McGregor strength. What do I got to do to get
lift weights?
Yeah,
would you do
I
to
don't think
develop
so.
punching powers?
I don't think so.
I
I
think
don't think it's a lift
it's
weights
genetics.
thing. Yeah, it's genetics.
I think genetics
think
has
so?
a lot to do with it.
Giant
but I think
amount
you
to
could,
do with it.
90% of it.
if you go see somebody, they could clean up the efficiency.
Yes,
Because
sure.
it's your shoulders, turning
Yes.
your shoulders.
Yes, there's
putting
a
your
lot
hips
of
into
technique
It. There's
in
a
it.
lot of stuff
Yes.
that goes into that punch. If a wrestler, a world champion wrestler came in, and I came in, and I was a world champion wrestler, but my punches weren't that hard. I think in time.
Look at
all
Woodley.
these,
do you
all
do
these- all these are
specifically?
true, but let me tell you something. You talk to someone who's a real boxing trainer,
Okay.
and they will tell you that there are guys that just come in and for whatever reason, they might not have ever boxed before, but you have them throw a jab and they're like, blah! And you're like, oh, Jesus.
Can't teach that.
Just
for sure,
whatever.
For
Just-
sure, there's those people.
And then
there's
the
no denying
technique
that.
makes it better. The technique, like if you look at a guy like Sergey Kovalev, who's a vicious knockout artist, vicious puncher, he's got both. He's got the beautiful technique, but he also has that freakish God-given strength. Those are the guys that oftentimes wind up being champions.
Now look to that point. Look at Andre Ward, who he just fought, who
Doesn't have
probably
it.
trains more than Sergey. He was an Olympic medalist, gold medalist, has been fighting since he was 10, I think.
So you're
and he
saying,
works on power punches, but he's not a knockout
So you're
artist.
saying you're a head coach of a team. You would tell all your fighters to you're either born with power or you're not. Don't worry about working on your power. Just work on
No,
your
I wouldn't- I
just
wouldn't
work
say
You
on-
can
that.
always work on your power,
But
Eddie.
like
You
what-
can always improve everything, but you're never going to get it to that Rumble level.
Like
I'm not saying
I'm
that.
never going to
I'm
tell
not
Rumble,
saying
hey,
that.
let's pick our shots here. Let's more
No, I don't think we're
more
even arguing.
volume. Yeah, we're not arguing.
What can you do specifically? 15 minutes a week, 30 minutes a week. We're focusing on developing power. You're not known for a right
Every
hand.
coach does it
After
already.
2 years, we're gonna do. What is it though specifically? That's
Go in
all
the
I'm asking.
pool with dumbbells like Muhammad and just throw punches. in the pool. That's
that
You
the
could,
best
you
way?
could,
Is
you
that
could
the
most
best way?
certainly do some strength and conditioning
Tons of
work
stuff.
that would help.
Just
but
hitting a bag.
Hitting a bag would help a lot. Hitting
Nothing
a
but
bag,
power shots.
maybe it's all the above will help. Like Evander Holyfield started working out with Mackie Shilstone when he went up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, so he did a lot of weightlifting, and his power
Put
came
a
up
lot
with
of
him.
weight on, though.
Put a lot of weight on, and maybe Mexican supplements.
Yes,
maybe
and he's also
definitely-
explosive.
And maybe definitely Mexican supplements, and
He
maybe
was shredded.
100%.
100% he was. And he could win the Olympia
Yeah.
at the same time. Yes.
But the guys who are like, there's a good video of Joseph Valtellini on his. Go to Bazooka Joe Valtellini on his Instagram page. Valtellini, who was Glory champion, had to step back because of concussions, and I think he's going to stay retired. He hasn't decided yet, but
Very smart.
he went down on the top. I mean, he's one of the best kickboxers in the world. But there's a video of him hitting the pads and just digging into pads and talking about like the importance of sometimes just going all out with power, just all out power shots on the pads. Like watch, you can see this guy. And when he's doing it, when he's hitting these pads, the good thing about it is hands never drop from his chin, always good position. But to really dig in and work only solely on your power, you don't want to do that all the time. Like, this is just something that you're going to do occasionally, and only, every
often?
athlete has to decide. It really depends on the person, depends on what else you're working on.
5 minutes a day?
See, but like this combination, these are so simple combinations.
All
like
power.
right hand, left hook, right kick.
To develop
left
power,
hook, right kick.
isn't it
Boom.
better on a heavy bag than as opposed to these
Not necessarily. That's just as
depends.
good. That's just as good, that style, but that's not as good for straight kicks. Because you can't kick a person to the body that way.
Yeah.
Like if I put a body pad on a dude and I spinning back kick him, he's going to get really hurt.
Yeah, that's not
Like
fun.
I'll break your ribs.
Yeah.
Even with one of those big body shields on it, if you let someone spinning back kick you in the body, it's going to break your ribs.
There's some punchers too. If they do a liver shot on a coach with a body
Yeah,
pad, they'll
drop 'em.
Yeah, they'll drop them. Internal
Yeah.
bleeding.
I
They
heard your
hit so
boy used
fucking
to
hard.
fuck up mitts, dog.
Yeah.
The dude who lost, who was the first boxer that got choked out in the UFC?
James
James
Toney?
Toney?
I heard that dude.
Oh, he could fuck some mitts up.
Oh, people say
James
smoke
Toney.
pound for
coming out
pound
of
most
him and
talented
shit.
of all
James
time.
Toney
Yeah,
is a
because
fucking
McAfoley,
artist.
rest in peace. He said, "Dog, you got to put extra. He will fuck your shit up."
He was an
that dude.
artist
Oh,
when
it-
he was at his best. He was an artist.
If you talk
James
to anyone
Toney.
from that national team, they'll say who's the best boxer, most talented of all time. Every single person unanimously says James Toney. Even Floyd Mayweather's like best we've ever seen. Talent-wise, James Toney.
he was a bad motherfucker, but
Freak.
He liked to eat.
He loved him some fucking Big Macs. That's a problem.
He got thick. He went all the way up to heavyweight. Remember that? James Toney started out his career at 160, 168.
Freak. Super
Yeah.
freak. To that point, though, Eddie, and we can end on that, and I'll get rid of it. But look at baseball. Like, Mark McGwire, he's never going to be a single base guy. He's a fucking guy who's a douche
Also, but here's
every
a good
time.
example: full of Mexican supplements when he's at his best.
True.
If you get that guy on the natch and had him hit a baseball, I mean, how much distance is the difference
So
between
he might
him?
hit 30 home runs instead of 70, but still,
But I mean-
it was in his genetics.
Right.
Big forearms,
Got it.
powerful hips, follow through. He was never going to be the guy who would bunt the ball or lead off.
Right. Sosa, same thing.
Same thing. Barry
Jacked.
Bonds, jacked to the
Jacked.
gills.
But that might not necessarily translate into punching power, which is really interesting. It's like they might just be really good at that. I mean, it's like punching power is a weird one, man. It's a real
Let
weird
me ask
one.
you something.
Kicking power is just as
you think
weird.
Elway could hit hard? Because that motherfucker could throw hard.
Again, that
Again,
movement
that
from
movement.
the hips, all that same movement.
Oh, they said that they had a documentary on the '83 draft, 30 for 30,
Hells yeah.
and how they fucking slammed him. How they had to scam him up, like they had to pull. Steinbrenner had to draft him because he didn't want to go to Baltimore.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to the
fucking
Colts.
Tremendous shit, kinky shit. But bro, this dude could stand on the warning sign. That's a true story. He could stand on the warning track, John Elway, take one step, and put the ball right there in your glove at home plate.
Really?
That's deadly
No,
shit.
there's a
Really?
receiver. There's a
Oh, you have no idea.
There's-
How
a
far is that?
receiver.
How far is that?
Let's say 305, 305 feet.
305 feet, and is he throwing? Is it going up in the air, or is it a straight
Straight.
line? Just a bullet.
bullet.
You have to throw so fast for that ball not to
my
drop.
God.
You have to watch some of the 30s
He's a
to
freak.
30s from, or like that. It's very interesting how he didn't want to play for Baltimore. So somebody went to Steinbrenner's office and they said, "We'd like for you to draft John Elway." Steinbrenner goes, and he opened up the schedule for the lineup for 3 years later. He had Elway starting in right field already.
Here's why that's crazy. Here's why being able to throw from the warning track into home plate is crazy. If you took a baseball and you threw it and you shot a bullet, they would both drop at the same rate. So the bullet's only going to be in the air for a few seconds. That's why you could be 200 yards away, put your crosshairs on someone, pull the trigger, and then boom, they die immediately. It's because the bullet's traveling so fast. But the drop is the same amount of time. So it depends on how long it takes to get there. It's how far it's going to drop. So, like, if you're shooting something from really far away, like there's a lot of people that get into long-range shooting. Like, they go on those ranges, they'll hit these plates, these steel plates that are like 500, 800, 1,000 yards away, and you hear bang, clink. Like, there's a delay, a noticeable delay. And in that delay, they have to calculate the drop. So, like, if they're shooting at that plate, their reticle, where they aim, it has to adjust for the fact that this bullet is going to drop in the amount of time that it takes to get 800 yards.
So they aim higher.
Yeah, so it's going to take a second or so, or a half a second, whatever it is. So they have to aim higher so that its scope adjusts for that. if you're throwing a baseball, imagine how much slower that is than a bullet. So you have to throw so fucking fast. If you're throwing straight, if you're just going to throw straight
Silly.
and get into home plate, that motherfucker must be throwing a bullet. I mean,
no idea.
it must be
Listen,
crazy.
You know his receivers in Denver,
Yeah, the first 3 years couldn't catch the
they
ball.
couldn't catch the ball. They would catch with their pads, and it would be so hard. It would leave imprints underneath their pads on their chest.
Damn, like people were
Crazy. And that's a known skill that some people just never develop, the ability to throw a fastball. That's another one. It's like punching power.
We discussed it last
Yeah.
time. The dynamics of it.
I'll
the
tell you
Louis
who
Tiana,
I think it translates from. If he threw a punch, a guy who was explosive as fuck and could throw and do it all, Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Bo Jackson can punch. If you taught Bo Jackson how to punch, but look, here's another example: Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker could punch like a motherfucker, and he was a karate black belt. I mean, he fought a bunch of MMA fights deep into his 40s. Remember?
Whooping
For
dudes'
strike
ass,
force.
too.
49.
And jacked at like 48, shredded,
Super jacked.
giant six pack, not an ounce of fat. Looks like a superhero.
Looked like Yoel Romero, but aged as
And
fuck.
didn't look old. It was weird. Real weird. He still looks good. He's in his 50s now. He's talking about having one more fight before he stops.
Yeah, let's not. But yeah, I hear you.
But why not?
Hey,
Go
man.
to some small
Rising?
league.
How about fucking Rising? Did you see Gabby Garcia beat up that grandma?
I was gonna post it. I got the video. I was just gonna post what the fuck Japan.
Have you guys seen it?
And then I thought about it. I go, I can't.
It was
The chick was
The
running.
fuck was that?
Can we see that?
Yeah. Do you know where it is, Jamie? I'm gonna
I
put
gotta
it up.
pee real quick.
Go ahead. I'm
I
gonna
gotta pee
put it up.
myself.
I'm gonna put it up on Instagram, Jamie. And when I put it up on Instagram, I'm just gonna put it up.
Have you seen this,
and,
Joey?
And I'm gonna
I
write.
saw the
You
beginnings
know who
of it for that. What the
Gabby
fuck? I know
Garcia
Gabby
is?
Garcia is,
Fucking huge.
Here, I'll
She
put it up
fights
right
a
now.
straight up grandma. She comes out and is doing like the WWE off the rope stuff as she's coming out like it's a game.
You know, my girl Jessica tapped fucking Gabby Garcia.
Jessica who?
Flowers.
Oh, really?
She did?
Yeah, bro.
How?
In competition?
In competition.
Oh, at Worlds?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu.
Okay, I just posted it. So if you go to my Instagram, Joe Rogan, you'll see it just says, "What the fuck, Japan, WTF, Japan," and you see this one woman towering, jacked to the tits. Looks like Jose Canseco in 1984.
Oh my God.
Look at that old lady.
And
What
she
the
fought a 50-year-old woman who looked like she hasn't worked out in a year. And she looks so scared.
Can we get a GoFundMe so she doesn't have to do this shit?
Well, that woman looks so scared, too.
Hell,
go
I'd be
back-
scared.
Can you refresh that?
God.
Oh, look, she knees her in the body. Oh, my God, and punches her in the face. I mean, and mercifully, Gabby Garcia is not the most vicious striker in the world.
Not the friendliest.
Well, she had to do what she had to do. She's getting
Why would you
paid.
take that fight?
Gabby? For
Yes.
easy cash.
I
Look,
understand
she beat
easy
the shit
cash,
out of
but
that lady.
God
And look at
damn.
this poor lady.
Well, that must
If
have
she
been
like
some-
move to North Hollywood and give them massages or fight Gabby Garcia. Look at this poor lady. They told her, you can either fight her or go to North Hollywood and suck dick. And
I don't even think they give her the option. I think they just delay the trip to North Hollywood. Watch this. Look how scared she is. Look at her big, deep breaths while she's looking at Gabby's body.
She's
and
all-
Gabby's like 6'4". She's legit 6'4", probably 240.
All natural.
Oh, totally natural.
And this grandma.
Because all steroids are natural. They all come from Earth.
what
she-
the fuck is going on, Japan?
So
what
crazy.
are you doing?
So crazy.
Why is that grandma even in there? And
It's
if
so
I'm Gabby
rude.
Garcia, I just can't, man. I'm gonna win no fans if I do this.
Well, I don't think most people have seen this.
I bitch got the Sakuraba knee braces on and shit.
What is the reason why she did it? This lady, you gotta wonder. Look how scared.
She's
She
scared
shook-
right now.
She shook her hand after it's over, and maybe she was a pro wrestler or something.
Yeah,
It's one of
I think
those-
she was a pro wrestler.
They probably gave her a big ass payday to lose a few years of her life.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck indeed. That was what the I will say this. That's the worst Japanese freak show I've ever seen, because that was a woman who did not belong.
I'll
in there
say
at
this:
all.
that's the worst fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the
matchup.
worst.
That's the worst,
The worst
I've ever
matchup.
seen ever.
The most brutal
Ever.
mismatch ever. Yeah. It's horrible, man. Horrible. Why? But Gabby's a
evil
jiu-jitsu black belt. Why didn't Gabby just grab a hold of her and choke her? I mean, she could have easily and not even hurt the old lady.
People will pay to watch anything on New Year's Eve.
I know, but I mean, if you're Gabby, and you're looking at that, if you're Gabby,
I called you up and said, "Listen, I know a guy that wants to fuck his dog. You want to come over for $5?"
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. You know what?
New Year's Eve, I get a
as
little
long as I
weird.
make it to where I gotta go to by midnight, I'm solid.
Did you
I
ever
agree.
see one of those videos when you were a kid? Did you know anybody that had like a VHS of like Barnyard Betty?
No,
Faces
You never
of
saw
death.
What the
those?
fuck's Barnyard Betty?
No.
My friend Billy, when I was like 20, I guess, got a VHS tape of this chick that got fucked by animals. And we went to his basement. He had to hide it, so he had to like go get it, and then we had to meet down the base, and then one of us had to watch the door,
a process.
so that no one would, one of the parents so one of us was like on the stairs, like looking down, like railings in the basement. There's like the fucking gap between the stairs and the railings. So I don't remember who it was, but he was like on the stairs, like watching the TV through the gap because he had to be the guy with his arm up in case the door opened. Because we're watching this chick blow a fucking dog and blow a horse and get fucked by a donkey and all this different crazy shit.
Same lady or is multiple
I don't
women?
know. It was so grainy and so hard to tell, but it was real. I mean, she really was like letting a dog fuck her. She was like letting a pig fuck her. It was horrible. It was horrible.
I mean, I remember Faces of Death. I remember I couldn't even finish it. I was so scared.
Yeah.
Do you ever see?
I've seen them all.
You've seen them all.
Remember the one when they tied the dude between two trucks and pulled him apart?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was in the Middle East.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either.
They tied-
You had that X-rated shit.
I took it
I
all.
remember the one with the guy the newscaster that was walking backwards and the alligator got him. One minute he was
really?
like, "We're here at the here live at fucking Clearwater, Florida, to see the raining of the ducks." And the guy's going deeper
Whoops.
and deeper and deeper. Yeah, all the children are here, and all of a sudden you just see the guy go, and they're like, "Stop it!" And somebody comes and throws a blanket, like a leg pops up.
Oh my god.
I
Somebody
remember
just
the
came
guy
and threw a
hang
blanket.
gliding, and he had like the camera, and he's hang gliding, and just goes into that fucking swamp, and then just crocodilas.
Oh Jesus Christ.
The one with the guy hanging the power. You ever see when you're driving and those guys are hanging the terminals and they show the guy doing something and a bolt just blowing him up and him just like and like his hair going on fire and him just dropping.
Dead.
God,
Like they showed the monkey in China where you go to the restaurant
And you
hit
hit
the
the
his
monkey in
brain.
the hammer.
I
with
don't
the
like
head.
that
I
shit.
remember
Oh,
that
yeah,
one. You hit
yeah.
him in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
How
Yeah,
about
with-
that one satanic ritual where they
That's
supposedly
fake,
ate?
though.
That was
Yeah,
fake.
that one's fake. There was a few of those that they did where they staged stuff where they pretend pulling out the guts. But
Yeah,
it
and
was
then
like
they started
it looked
eating it.
fake and
Yeah.
cheesy. But that poor monkey was really screaming, man. They were hitting him in the fucking head.
God damn.
That's a hard
Brutal.
thing. That was
Horrible,
before.
horrible,
But by the
horrible.
way, that's all before they knew that eating primate brains is like super bad for you.
Is it?
Fuck yeah. Primates have prions in their brains. That's where you get mad cow disease. Like mad cow disease or Jacob Creutzfeldt, however you say it. That disease comes from eating the same tissue as the species that you are. So that's why cows get it. Cows get it from eating brain tissue of other cows. Like you feed cows that's one of the horrible things about industrialized farming is they would actually take whatever the fuck is left of the cow they're not using and they grind it up and feed it to fucking cows. Cows that are straight vegetarian that are only supposed to be eating grass. They're not even supposed to eat corn. When we eat corn, it fucks them up. And they're feeding them cow brains. They're feeding them their own bodies. It was hard, and that's
Some
what get
dark
yeah,
shit.
and that's how they got mad cow disease.
What if you eat calf brains? That's okay.
That's okay. You
My
calf
mother
brains
used
are
to
good.
My mother used to slice them thin,
Yeah.
bread them with Italian Progresso and deep fry them. God damn, a little bit of fucking lemon.
My Uncle Vinny used to cook them on the grill.
Christ.
Cook
My Uncle
what?
Vinny,
Hold up.
lamb
Cat
brains,
brains?
calf
Oh my
brains,
God.
calf,
Oh my God.
What the fuck are
Cow
we
brains?
talking about?
Delicious.
brains of a cow.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you said cats.
Oh,
calf.
oh,
I'm sorry.
shit.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's
Joe!
my,
the fuck is
I'm
going on
sorry.
here?
I'm sorry, Mama.
That's such a small scoop. A cat
I
brain
know.
is
I was
like
like,
that
what?
big.
I thought you were a cat guy. What
No,
the
no,
fuck?
no.
You
I'm
could,
a
you
cat
could.
guy.
Oh my God, my mom used to slice those calf
Calf.
brains,
Oh,
calf
see,
brains.
Calf
I heard
brain.
cat.
I'm
cow.
sorry, dog.
Yeah.
What the
And you squeeze lemon on them, and if I give them to you and go ahead, eat that chicken cutlet, you'll go, Joey, these are the best chicken cutlets I ever fucking had. And I'll go to that chicken cutlets, that calf's brains.
Yeah, probably throw up.
Yeah, cow
Okay,
brains
delicious,
is
delicious.
It's good, man.
Delicious,
It's really
delicious.
good.
With lemon. Coño, un limoncito. Un limoncito empingado. Ah.
Don't feed it to another cow. There's a thing called prions, and those are what the problem is. And these prions, here's what's really crazy. It's almost like nature has a foolproof way. There's calf brains. Nature has a foolproof way of making sure it fucks you up with these prions. Because these prions can exist at 1,000+ degrees for a long time. So you can't cook them out. Like, they exist at a temperature way above anything you're ever going to expose your food to. And they can, find out how long prions can exist at over 1,000 years. Because I think it's something stunning, like hours at 1,000 degrees. So you're not going to kill them. So if you got them in your food, if you're eating, and where they found this also, not just in mad cow disease, but in New Guinea, in cannibals. When they find cannibals, they exhibit the same sort of neurological issues where their whole body starts shaking. Like with Jacob's Creutzfeld's, it's like a lot like Parkinson's. Like they start fucking shaking. It's a neurological disease. Those prions from eating brain matter from human beings, it actually gets into your system and just fucks you up. Apparently, you can eat meat though. You can eat like human meat. It doesn't do anything.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's human brains that's the real issue. It's just.
Who the fuck is eating human brains?
A lot of people, man. I mean, there was one of the best evidence, best pieces of evidence that human beings, Homo sapiens, preyed on Neanderthals, was finding Neanderthal brains or skulls with their brains scooped out. They had scratch marks on the inside where people were scooping out the brains.
They had spoons?
They had rocks. They had whatever the fuck they could use to scoop stuff up. But they're scraping. You know, when you're getting a brain, there's that connective tissues, the shit that all goes wrong when you get knocked out too many times. And that connective tissue is this fibrous matrix that holds the brain in place. And they're scraping that shit away with a rock.
Like
or
a
something.
gel that covers your
fluid,
brain.
yeah.
There's fluid, but there's also like tissue. There's like
maybe it was raccoon
fiber.
scratching shit. You know?
No, it's tools. It's like deep bone scratches.
Some gnarly ass raccoons.
Well, they've figured out they know the difference between what the characteristics of predatory stuff like an animal that's like gnawing on bones and real obvious slices that came from like a tool, like when human beings made those flint tools and shit like that. So they've done enough of those tests where these archaeologists can examine these flint marks on bones and with a very high degree of certainty tell whether or not someone's using a flint tool on bone, whether or not they're using, what's one of the more interesting things about Egypt, in fact, is because there's some artifacts in Egypt that are so perplexing. When I had John Anthony West on the podcast, he and I had some conversations about it. It was really interesting because they don't know how the fuck they carved these things out. There's some vase, that they made out of stone that exhibit like what looks like someone cut them with a diamond, like some diamond-headed drill. Like they literally don't know how they did it because it's missing all of the characteristics of that you would normally get from someone making something like this. Like the hole at the front is too small and it goes inside and it's all smooth inside. So like, how the fuck did they do this? Because they did it all out of stone. They carved it all out of one piece of stone. So they can see stuff like they found some other things, different holes in things that they're pretty sure, like they use some sort of a, if not a diamond drill, like some kind of a drill with an incredibly hard tip. But so they know that people were eating Neanderthal brains, which is fucked up. That's fucked up. But it makes sense. You know, I mean, we know the Donner Party, they fucking ate each other, and they knew each other, and they ate each other.
How about that movie Alive? Remember
Yeah.
that plane that went down in Argentina?
Yeah. Dude, you get hungry. You do whatever the fuck you got to do to stay alive.
That movie was
Bro,
gnarly.
imagine if we go down the plane, everybody start looking at me and shit like, dog. Joey got some good ribs.
I wonder how long it takes. How many days of no food does it take before you start looking at other dudes and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like his shoulder starts looking good.
Well, it's also like if you were with your friend and you were like trapped somewhere, you would have to think like, okay, if I eat this dude, I have to live with that for the rest of my life. Like even if you guys drew straws, like you said, okay, one of us is going to live, one of us is going to die. If I come up short, I'm jumping off this fucking cliff. You climb down the bottom and eat me. Like you make an agreement, like with someone who's so gangster they actually follow through that. Some Matt Brown type character, some Matt Brown type character, right? So if you did do that, like you probably were gonna die anyway, eventually. Like, and then, but on your way, you'd be so ridden with guilt. And even if you made it, even if you made it home, you would still be thinking
fucked.
you'd be fucked for the rest of your life. Like, what kind of a life do you even have now that you ate your buddy?
That'd be a good time to know jiu-jitsu, right? In a plane crash, and you're trying to survive up in the mountains. There's 20 people.
It'd be
After a while, you just put a little.
Nah,
quick
you'd
little
be
rear
weak.
naked
You can't
choke.
do no fucking jiu-jitsu if you ain't eating.
Hey,
Don't
if you're
they say
hungry
after
enough-
21 days without foods, when you start getting fucked up, that's that naked and afraid shit. 3 days with water, 21 without food, right?
Yeah, well, you're fucked up pretty much right away, but
Right
your
away.
body goes into a state of ketosis, so it eats off as much fat as you have. The more fat you have, the better. You know, we don't think about that with our carbohydrate-rich diets. Look at this. What are you showing me, Jamie? Survival is the last resort. In the case of one group, adrift in a lifeboat, 116 passengers, 116 days passed without food before the party turned to eating human flesh. In most cases, anything even remotely resembling food was first eaten. Dogs, candles, leather, shoes, and blankets are all consumed first before cannibalism becomes the only recourse for survival.
Fuck, leather shoes. They eat
Yeah.
shoes and blankets.
Yeah,
Oh,
blankets.
they fucking eat it. Oh shit.
Jesus. That's
Candles.
dark.
What you do is you rear naked choke one dude and just say, "Hey, look, he fucking had a heart attack," and then you always have another body, and you're in charge of that body.
Yeah,
and you
but
keep
if
telling
You're
people,
fucked.
If you choke him out, his body goes into fucking. Then the meat's gonna be tough.
whatever.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when you shoot a deer the wrong way. So you gotta let him die of natural causes. Then the meat's tender. Then you cut a little slice off a leg, and you fucking
You gotta wait.
tenderize
Joey's
it.
like, I'm aging him.
You got to
No,
age
you
meat.
gotta beat the,
You
if you
thought
try,
you were going to kill this guy. No,
you-
no, I'm killing him with kindness.
yeah, you gotta kill him with kindness because if you stab him, then the meat is gamey.
Gamey.
Now, bro, my buddy called me. Did some guy go see you in Colorado? He invented a bullet that as soon as it hits the duck, it has marinated in it.
What?
Have you heard about
That's
this shit?
stupid.
Or a
fuck
bow and
outta
arrow?
here.
I swear to
Come on.
God.
It has a marinade, so
Something-
like
teriyaki in it?
Something for duck that when you shoot the duck, as soon as you hit it, the marination goes in it. I swear to God.
That's so
that's so
silly.
ridiculous.
Yeah, something crazy.
I don't think that would
And he
work.
hit me up, and I go, he's in Denver this weekend. Go see him.
That guy
What if
might
the
be nuts.
marination goes bad?
But the
if
thing
what?
about
What if it
marinade
gets
is
rotten?
Yeah, that's a good point
I
too.
don't know what the fuck it was. It was marinated or salt
You got to
and
keep the
pepper.
But
bullets in the
marinade,
freezer.
Pepper
salt and
bullets.
pepper's here, and we're in a fix.
You got to keep the bullets in the freezer, I think.
God, Todd, sounds like a bad business plan, though, Joey, huh?
It sounds like a dude is high on meth and comes up with a wacky idea that's not going to sell.
Come on, Rogan, I got these teriyaki bullets, bro.
That's what you have to do. If you're going to try cannibalism, shoot him with a teriyaki bullet.
But marinade is like, if you marinate a steak, you need like a pan, you fill it up
Some
with marinade,
time.
and you lay it in there, and the idea is it slowly works its way into the muscle, soaks in over like a day or two.
Well, let's say
Please.
you shoot the duck, he's up in the air, he falls. By the time you get to him, it's 2 days later.
2 days later,
Let me get that sprayed, though. Let's get the party started.
You guys see that?
Party started.
Hey, did you guys see that crone fight?
yeah, man, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Man, Kawajiri's no joke. That
I
was
know.
the first big test,
Yeah.
or first real test for crone.
Yeah, why don't you see if you can find that online?
Yeah.
Because I've only seen the finish. I love the way he trapped the leg and caught him when Kawajiri was trying to drop stomps on him and stuff, and he's off his back.
The
Crone-
whole Rising card was sick.
It was a great
He
card.
pulled guard 3 times.
Yeah.
in that
Well,
fight.
why
He's a
not?
freak.
Hey, people frown upon it.
Well, he's
if you're
another
Chrome
one,
Gracie.
but he's another one like we were talking about that's like an elite specialist in this one area. You know, I mean, he's not fighting anywhere in UFC type. I mean,
Was that
Kawajiri's about
45?
as close.
Was
Yeah,
that at
I
four-
think he's 45.
that was at
right?
45, right?
Isn't he fighting at 45?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that was at
No
45.
way. No way is
55?
Kawajiri 45. That's like 55 or 70.
That's Japan, so he might have
Yeah.
weighed 45. Kawajiri might have weighed 180. Then a grandma fight Gabby, for God's sake.
no, he's not that light.
I
no,
think
no.
he's 55 or 65.
Crone probably walks at 180.
No,
Yes,
sir.
of course.
No
No,
way.
Of
I don't
course, he
think
does.
so. No way.
Abu Dhabi 170. What do you think he walks around
I think
at?
he walks at 170.
He has size. He
God,
has
he's
size.
not 180.
Well, when we had him on the podcast, he didn't seem that big. He didn't seem 180, but he did seem 170.
Hey,
but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you know what? He could be 170, 175.
What
Let's
did they
find
weigh
out
in at, Jamie?
What weight he fought at. Jamie will find out for us. Look at him. He's got a
a
fighter
great
in the
fight,
kid
though.
T-shirt on. Look at that.
I'm not mad at that shirt.
Wow, fighter in the kid T-shirt by the kid.
Whoa.
Jamie, young, powerful Jamie. It's good that they had that card, but didn't they have that card over 3 days? Is that what happened?
They had the heavyweight tournament over 3 days,
that's
right?
kinda cool, right?
insane. No,
Isn't
that's
that cool?
terrible for your brain.
Not for Crow Cop.
No,
Yeah.
but for the
Well,
audience,
thrive.
it's like
Crow
a
Cop
little
figured it out.
festival. It's
Yeah.
like a weekend thing. It's
I
like
know,
a
but
festival.
for
It's
a-
awesome.
It's really from that movie Warriors, the only time that existed in real life up until
Yeah, this ain't the movies. Guys were getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Except for Crow Cop.
Crow Cop. 42.
Who did he beat?
King Mo.
Time.
That
He beat
Father
Father Time.
Time. King Mo. Father Time. That Iranian monster.
Big ass Iranian from
TKO'd him.
AKA.
How did he knock him out?
Caught him with the left hand.
Oh shit!
He fucked King Mo up with the left hand too. It fucked King Mo up with some kicks to the body. Ooh,
Nasty.
threw some heat. Look, in Ryzen, Crow Cop can go back to his old ways.
Yeah.
You know, there's no USADA in Japan. As a matter of fact, they encourage it. They're like, hop on, buddy. Let's.
They're like, what are you doing?
Says they both weighed in at 144.4.
Kawajiri weighed 144.
144.4. So basically
Wow.
145.
In Japan, you get suspended for not doing steroids.
Yeah, it's frowned upon. No, it's frowned
That's
upon.
crazy. So Crone is fighting at 145.
Yeah, he's a small dude.
Listen, how crazy would
Look
it
at
be?
that! He got to the fight to the ground so easily by just pulling guard. There's no way he was going to take him down.
Yeah.
Kawajiri's got some serious wrestling. He's a tough motherfucker.
Dude, how crazy would it be to see Crone in the fucking UFC?
That'd be sick.
He's
But
4-0 now, 5-0.
You know, but here's the thing. Ooh, trapped that leg really nice.
Look at that! Look at that!
Beautiful job.
Smart.
Very
Tracked him
good
down,
job.
dude.
He trains
Punched
with the
up.
right camp to do it, too.
Yep.
Who's he training with?
Training
He's
with
with
the Diaz brothers.
Melendez, Jake Shields, the Diaz brothers.
Jake Shields got he lost to John Fitch yesterday.
Look at that right
Decision,
there.
yeah.
Pulled guard right there, no problem.
Big decision
Look
though.
at that.
46-49.
And when he's here, he
across
likes
the board.
he likes getting in this like it's side guard. I
Yeah.
call it the cliff, but it's like a side thing. It's
Yeah.
a good position to get good at.
Ooh, good dexterity of that right leg. Look how he sneaks that right leg in and gets that butterfly under the
Yeah.
armpit. But if you go back up a little, Jamie, watch how he does that.
He's such
Ooh,
a savage.
look how
Right here.
slick he is.
He has him right there.
What
He's
happened,
such a
Jamie?
savage.
Wait, Jamie, let's get rid of that TV this week. We have this
You know how
TV that's
classic
not
this is
designed
right
for
here.
this.
You know how classic these images are right here, dude.
Yeah.
Against the ropes
Look at
and
that.
that.
Ooh, look
at
at that.
this.
Oh,
Look at
man,
that.
This is like forever shit right here, dude.
Look at it. He's thinking, should I die?
This is where we saw Crone rise right
Yeah.
here.
Kawajiri's no punk either.
Yeah, this is his test.
Look at him trying to flip over.
And you know what? He didn't even try to
So
take him
high
down.
level.
He just kept pulling guard on him.
Because
Look at this.
he's
Kawajiri's
doing
trying
like
to-
onto the dance.
Kawajiri tried to kick him in the face from there, and then he went. How did he get his back here?
It's edited a little bit.
It's a compilation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, Crone's jiu-jitsu is just so next level and compared to these guys.
Oh, there's no one
When
even
they're-
close.
Yeah, when you're fighting MMA guys, like these guys, they're just not going to have the same kind of technique that he has. You know, and he's gonna have to get there though. I mean, you see,
Look at that.
like his
Boom.
stand
Look
up.
at that.
Yeah.
Easy takedown. No problem. I'll fight you off my back.
Yeah, the UFC right now would be a little tough for him, but
Fuck yeah, it would be.
he's obviously on the right path.
But he could pull. But the cool thing about pulling guard and having a guard good enough to make it a good idea is you could do it
Trapped
at any
it
time
again.
to anybody. Look,
Trapped it again that same
Look at
way.
that.
He catches that leg when the guy tries to kick him. And Kawajiri's a tough
Can
guy.
you rewind that again? Let me see how he cut that leg. Let's see.
A little bit before that,
Boom.
Jamie.
Before that, right there.
Right
boom.
there.
Whoop.
Catches it, wraps it up with his legs,
Yep.
and then uses it to sweep him. Beautiful.
Was his dad in his corner?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
The
Yep.
legend was in the corner.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is classic ass shit right here, man.
I'm not mad at the Army green gloves, Ryzen.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just think that I just hope they don't continue with that three-man.
The thing that's weird though is look at his right arm. Look at
fight
Kawajiri's
shit.
right
not
arm. What it
healthy.
does right here. It's not doing anything to defend. Look, it's not really doing anything right there.
He's in trouble.
It's not doing anything. It's like just hanging out. His right arm. He kind of just look at that shot.
What do you do?
Look
Eddie?
at that shot.
You put your
Oh,
hand.
you
Yeah.
got to put your hands
there's
to
his
work.
dad.
Both
Yeah,
your
there's
hands.
his dad.
Both
Remember
your
that?
hands.
The Fujita?
Yes.
I mean, not Fujita.
Funaki.
Funaki, yeah.
That's real
Kawajiri
similar.
is legit, man. This is
Yep.
a big statement for Crone.
Yeah,
Huge.
huge
And look at that.
step
Look
for
at
him.
him.
Yeah, crazy, man. And
Powerful.
what's
beard.
really interesting is
He
if
doesn't
he
look
keeps
light.
if he keeps going, you know, a couple more fights and continues with his stand-up training, you could easily see him fighting in the UFC in the next few years. Easily.
Yeah, he'd be
Or
a great
maybe he
addition to
stays.
45.
Maybe he stays at Ryzen and they sign him to an exclusive.
Well,
and
the
he makes
Gracies in
fucking a
Asia
shitload
have
of
such a
cash.
big name. Yeah, he's making bank. He's
Well,
probably making more money over there than a
Then he
lot
would
of
here.
45.
Yeah, he'd have
Yeah.
to go through the. He'd have to go through the small fight, like Titan, and
No,
and have to go.
they
through
would
that.
sign him straight from this.
Well,
no,
we can
no, no,
all-
no. But before, if he decided to go through the U.S. route,
Right.
at the beginning, he couldn't get into the UFC until he had like 4 or 5
Oh, I
fights.
did.
Right.
I bet they'd sign him.
No, not right away with no fights.
No, no.
Crone,
They wouldn't
Are
sign
we talking about the
Marcelo.
same thing?
Marcelo Garcia wanted to do MMA.
Why do you think they would do that?
I'm saying Crone right now. You could.
right now?
Right,
Yeah.
what are you guys talking about?
Beginning of his career, before he started.
No. Not now, no. I'm talking
But
about
what Eddie's saying
Crone
is
now.
that he went this way. It's a smart way to go.
Oh yeah,
He fought in ONE FC. I think was maybe his first.
he fought in ONE FC. Yeah.
Look, we would all be better off. Everybody would be better off if Ryzen continued to blow up. If they continue to blow up, it'd be just like Pride in the UFC back in the day. It'd be great for everybody. If they develop some sort of Fedor-type character, if someone comes along that is like a legit consideration, like Fedor, in my opinion, is the only consideration for not only best pound for pound, but like best heavyweight ever that didn't fight in the UFC.
Oh yeah.
He's the only one. I can't think of another one.
I think Ryzen and Bellator. If you have those three,
Right.
if you have those three big dogs, where even if American fighters want to stay in American fight and not be in the UFC, you need Bellator to develop.
Yeah, you
too.
got to pay attention to ONE FC too.
Yeah.
I mean that's has nothing to do with Japan, Southeast Asia.
Yep.
It's a whole
Rich
different-
Franklin runs that bitch, doesn't he?
He's got some job
Yeah.
over
Wait,
there.
Rich Franklin? No,
Yeah.
Shottree. No.
No,
Rich
Rich
Franklin got
Franklin-
some big
there.
executive job there.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
know that. I didn't
Oh
know
yeah.
Let
He
me
knows
ask
his
you guys
stuff.
something.
Okay.
Now, what's the situation with Cyborg at this point, the chick?
She's pissed hot again.
They're
Not good.
waiting for to see what the commission does, what kind of suspension. She's getting at least a year.
At least. What she pissed hot for is also an anti-androgen. It's a DHT inhibitor. I used to rub that shit in my head to prevent hair loss.
They might give her 3
inhibits
years.
DHT. And it's also used by people who take steroids to diminish the effects of like when females take steroids. Diminish the effect. It's also it's a masking agent. So if you take steroids, some people take that stuff as a masking agent.
She's 31.
It's also a diuretic. So it's a very weird drug. It's called spironolactone. It's lactone, but it has many different uses.
If she gets 3 years, that's
What's her
no bueno.
argument? That
It's not a good argument.
Okay.
All the arguments that she gave are not good arguments. That she took something out of competition, that she was told by her doctor that it would be okay when it's clearly on the USADA banned list. It's 100% banned. It's not like there's certain things you could take out of contest, like the big one's pot. Like say if they catch you tomorrow and you're supposed to fight in 6 months and you're smoking weed like crazy, and they test you and they go, look, we got to test you. You go, look, I just want to let you know I've been smoking a lot of weed. They're like, okay, as long as it's not steroids. That's why John Jones didn't get in trouble when he pissed hot for cocaine 3 weeks out of the fight with Daniel Cormier, because that's not in competition and it's not a performance-enhancing drug. He's just partying, right? So what this is, though, is a performance-enhancing drug. Not just a performance-enhancing drug, but problematic in that it inhibits. It's performance-enhancing in that it works as a diuretic. You're not allowed to use diuretics. But it also inhibits your their ability to detect steroids in you.
She's in trouble.
she's in trouble.
USADA's going to eat her ass up. And if she gets 3 years,
Well, here's the thing.
How old is she?
She's in her mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
They
It's time to get going.
tested her because she passed on 3 world title fights. They had 3 world title fights lined up for her. At 145, which is the weight class that she asked for, she said she couldn't make it in 8 weeks. And so then they gave her more weeks, and they gave her
Skeptical hippo eyes.
they gave her a third test, and they're like, something's up. And whether or not they were going to test her anyway, who knows? But that's when they tested her, and that's when she pissed hot.
it makes sense.
And she did not reveal before that that she was taking that. And she, the whole thing is.
yeah, she's in trouble, man. There it is. When I hear
have you
her
seen the
skipping
skeptical
all,
baby?
That's huge,
There's
dude.
a skeptical
That's
baby
huge.
now.
Yeah.
Somebody.
I see that everywhere.
Yeah.
the skeptical baby. That
Look at this baby.
that's so
This
funny.
baby's like, bitch.
Like, what the fuck? That skeptical snake is so skeptical. With Cyborg, super skeptical Fox.
Fuck.
Have you seen the skeptical house? That motherfucker's so skeptical.
A skeptical
and there's a
house?
skeptical Cadillac. It's so ridiculous.
Cadillac.
Look at the skeptical house.
What the fuck
Look at the
is
skeptical
that?
house.
That's hilarious.
How funny is that?
Is that a real house?
Yes, those are windows.
What the fuck kind of window is that?
Skeptical windows.
Do you think they did that on purpose?
Hell no. What's wrong with people?
It almost seems like that was an accident.
It's so funny.
That is funny.
But with Cyborg, she gets 3 years. She's in trouble. I find that interesting too. When Ronda lost again, and she's throwing shade at Ronda, I'm like, bitch, you just got busted for steroids. How you
Well,
throw
she didn't
shade
get
at
busted for
someone?
steroids. She got busted for a
Precursor.
dihydrotestosterone. No, it's not a precursor. It's a dihydrotestosterone inhibitor. That's what it is.
inhibitor.
Yeah.
And to me, my brain goes, "You're in trouble."
Yeah.
We
Well,
know you're in trouble.
She certainly could be in trouble. It's one thing if she said she's got a bunch of issues because she really did wreck her body getting down to 140, which definitely does happen.
Yeah, which I'm sure, and that seems
The
fair
problem
to
is
say.
when you wreck your body, like I think she's saying that she takes in too much water now, and her body's like trying to hold on to water, and that they gave her a drug to diminish the amount of water. I talked to a couple of doctors about this. I asked some questions, and they all gave me that snake face.
They're like,
They're all
"The
like,
fuck?"
bitch, and they were, you know,
with her background too, it's like, fuck, man.
you don't fuck with anything that's illegal, and you definitely don't fuck with anything that people use because they're women that take steroids. Even if it's just a coincidence that you happen to be, you should look at every fucking label extremely carefully.
no
Is
coincidence.
that the worst cut of all time?
Yeah, it's one of them.